All
right. I can hear you now, by the way.
Porn stars.
Way too early.
Yep.
I decided to start how I meant to go on.
Yep, of course. So.
Admirable.
Exactly. So, hello everybody, and welcome to the Dawn Seekers. I am here with my players, Malcom,
Hello.
Sasha,
Hello.
Elsyan,
Hello.
Queglod,
Hello.
and Bhold if he's still here. No,
Denied.
denied. Yes, unfortunately, one of us is having a few technical issues, so hopefully he will be returning to handle that soon enough. Hopefully his internet recovers. And if so, then we will have a Behold for this session, but until then, probably not. So, we'll hear back from our sound test guy shortly, provided he is there, which he is not.
No.
Matt. Yep. Alright, well, we'll redo that in just a second. So, we'll start with a few announcements to begin with. First off, thank you to Zenosa for all the art that I've been able to get through. Look at all these beautiful tiles.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Some people may be able to
Love the
recognize
art
a few
by
of
the
these.
art.
Some people may be able to recognize these. Some of these are from Mordekai's. Delicious. And others, no, but they're scary. I'll be sending that to Fraser soon. He wants to see what those things look like. So, yes, thank you to Zenosa for all the art. YouTube side, you can check that down in the description. DeviantArt, Zenosa. Very much a good place to go. She's currently being overloaded with commissions. Not from here, I might add. As sad as that is. On the other side of this, on the sound side, we have Tabletop Audio to thank for that. It is a free browser software which you can use to play an array of sounds from general background music to sound effects and so on, which can help you liven up any of your D&D games. But not just that, some of which I have been playing in other games too. But mostly features in D&D, and you have some sci-fi uses in there as well, if that should tickle your fancies. Also thank you to our friends at pyromancer.com for being able to allow us to make these simple yet effective boards. You can also use Dungeon Painter Studio, which is on Steam, which is the fully fledged version with new bits and pieces which they are updating, which is good to see. So, now that our sound test guy is here, let us begin with this sound test. So, Malcom.
Hello.
Sasha. Okay, never mind. No? Okay. Harlan, where did you go?
My apologies. I got pulled away for a second. What's up?
Yeah, don't worry
Hello?
about it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Hello?
you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you, Harlan.
Okay.
Yes, I was doing a sound test, but it turns out that Matt is the message where he said I'm on, but he said it's being laggy. I can't see him. Okay.
My
Anyway.
internet is completely out now, so
Your internet's completely out, so you're
I'm
on
on my phone.
Okay.
I'm on my phone.
Okay. Well, apparently nobody can hear you. Well, I can, and it shows it on the dial, so not sure what's going on there.
Wait, what? No one can hear me?
I mean, I can hear you.
No, not you, from what Matt's saying, but no, it's probably just the delay.
Ah,
So, Malcom,
Hello.
Sasha,
Hello.
Elsyan,
Hello.
Queglod. Lost Queglod now. Behold.
No,
Hello.
obviously my mic was muted. I forgot. But yes, I'm back.
And Behold.
hello.
Hello. Alright. Alright. Good. So, that should be a good that should be good all round. I'll be closing those, I don't need those. But yeah, if you do manage to get on Infernal, then great. Otherwise, just stick around and feel free to stick with us. We'll carry it from here, I guess. So, and thank you, Matt, for being sound test guy for Sunday. And I'll speak to you Tuesday, most likely. So, without further ado, let us begin. So, last session, our party of adventurers, Malcom, Sasha, Elsyan, Queglod, and Bhold, new order today, made their way through the town after a little bit of a relaxing day and their time off to go about and enjoy the festival. The festival being focused on being themed on feasting for the first day. The party went around looking to see what they could find, finding different dwarvish cuisines and different elven cuisines on the way, while choosing to participate in a bun-fitting contest, while also getting involved in a chugging competition. Bhold earning the title of Bun Stuffer, and Malcom earning the title of Beer Fiend after their little adventures and winning against the rest of the party, and a few stragglers along the way. The party met with Chronicle Loy, a previous friend and adversary of Queglod's. He moves with the party now, helping them and enjoying the time, now seemingly reunited with them for who knows how long. Party, after some games and some fun, went down to the bathhouse to relax and to enjoy themselves, to calm down and unwind after the day, while also preparing themselves for a pie-eating competition. Upon arrival, they met with another adversary, an individual wearing same outfits as Queglod, same ceremonial procedure. He turned, and the figure was a dead associate of Queglod's and Chronicle's. With little warning, the two of them sprung into action, throwing attacks at this stranger, someone impersonating one of their lost friends. The individual attacked them, and proceeded to summon portals, creating these strange tar-like creatures, which ruined the bathhouse. Soon after, the party successfully vanquished the foe, Queglod landing the final blow with a well-placed Eldritch Blast. The party cleaned up, and in the process of doing so and for dealing with these individuals, proceeded to earn themselves a night in a day in the bathhouse, gaining a free room and getting free treatment for the day. So, we pick up, and you are all in the bathhouse currently. You're all relaxing there. The water around you is nice and warm, and you've all relaxed for the better part of half an hour at this point. You hear a knock on the door. The door peeks open, and you can see from the edge of the wooden door, a male figure looks in, looking to the ground with his eyes closed. He says, "Terribly sorry to interrupt you, but the High Templar is here." Yes.
Would he be averse to coming in here to talk, or do we have to come out?
You have to come out. He has specified it, unfortunately. So if you would like to get dressed and come out, he is waiting for you. The individual bows out, closes the door behind, and proceeds to leave the area.
I put my over armor over my under armor.
Yep. You guys all get ready, or did anybody else want to do anything first?
I'm
I
ready.
guess not. So we'll.
I make sure to make myself look presentable. Like if I haven't done a good scrub, I do a quick good scrub. You know, just make sure I'm not like, you know, you want to be presentable for the High Templar, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I suppose we'll get ready then?
Yeah. You will get ready, and you'll proceed to leave out the door, and you see Regan standing there and waiting, a few guards with him. The individuals seem to be investigating the area, and some individuals seem to be being questioned at this time. So, you're the ones getting involved once again. Why do you always get yourself tied up in these things?
I'll be honest, I'm not sure on this one.
Well, we stopped the individual, if that means anything to you.
We heard. Yes, apparently the individual was causing trouble, and you dealt with the individual. Any other details you can give me? Apparently you were the ones who struck the first blow.
That was Queglod, and that was Queglod. The most important thing was it was another one of those red skeletons with the marking. So we can assume they came from the same order or necromancer or
Like
something
the
like
arsonist attack.
that. Yes.
Indeed.
Actually, do we have his remains anywhere?
No, they turned to dust upon being struck by Queglod's bolt.
This one turned to dust. We dealt with, so I'm not sure what exactly went on there. Maybe they're trying to be a bit more stealthy with it, so that people can't track them down.
That's not
But
the issue.
yes, Queglod, you were the ones that recognized that it was a skeleton. You go ahead.
Well, I was told I was supposed to be expecting an ally of some sort, but upon meeting them. But yes, upon
Oh
meeting them,
no! A dragon seems to be flying overhead.
Harlan, shut up. Yes, but upon meeting them, recognized them immediately as someone I'd already seen die. That left the only explanation that they were in disguise or an undead of some sort.
I see. So you challenged the individual.
Yes, and my suspicions were proven correct. They were indeed some form of undead.
I see. Well, all the same, thank you for clearing up this incident. We'll take it from here. You're free to go. I will say this, be careful, you lot. This is the third attack of this kind that, one, you've been dragged into, but also one that the city has dealt with. So, be very careful. If they are
Wait.
hunting you, then watch out.
Quick question. Which one was the second one? Because I'm assuming the arsonist was first.
There had to
The
have
incident
been
at the
Academy.
at the
The
was-
academy one.
So that's like 3 we've been involved in some way.
Yep.
It is getting a little worrying, I'll admit.
Coincidence or not, you've been involved in 3 of these, and we've had 3 of these recently, so either they're targeting you or you've just got really bad luck.
I'll be honest, I would not put it
What's
past
the
the bad luck
second
thing.
one?
What was that?
It's the second one.
It's the second one. We got terrible luck.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
you're free to go. And if you have anything else you wish to report it to myself or Aleuir. He'll be about.
I do have something to report. Did I give the Scarecrow to?
Haven't given him one yet, no.
I do have something to report. A couple of days ago, me and Bhold here went to Oaksmith, going across country, and when we got close, we were attacked by scarecrow things. I'm not really sure what they were doing out there, and I don't know if you guys had gotten any reports about them or anything.
Scarecrows, huh?
I have one here if you'd like.
People have been missing in the southern parts of town, in the farmlands mainly. We'll look into this, and He takes it and looks it over. It's an inquisitive look to his face about it, but nothing more, and he passes it off to some guard who carries it away.
Be careful, I think it's still alive.
Noted. All the same, thank you for your help. And you're free to go now. Gives you a nod. Did anybody else want to say anything before carrying on?
Oh, could you put me in touch with whoever works most on your enchanted items? I have some information I feel might be useful.
So, who was that you were looking for there?
Whoever works most with enchanted items and the enchanting of items or experimentation.
Coughing from Queglod.
Look, okay, yeah, I know you are looking into it. You're not like queen of all enchanting.
Well, if you're looking for individuals who specialize in enchanting, you'll want to go to the Grando Arcanium.
Oh, I know where that is.
I don't. Care to enlighten me, Malcolm?
Internet is back.
Boy.
I'll be heading there later on if you'd like to join me.
I'd be alright with that, honestly, yes. I think, obviously, I can't do it tomorrow, but,
I was thinking about doing it early in the third day.
yes, I think that would be quite lovely, actually. Yes, let's do that. As it stands, that's all I had.
I pulled
any-
Queglod. Who is this guy again?
This guy, the High Marshal of the city.
Oh, High Templar.
High Templar. High Templar? Okay.
Yeah.
I swear he's...
Regan's the High
yeah.
Templar, Aleuir is the High Marshal. Regan's a dwarf, Algeir's an elf.
Okay.
Is he the big boss?
The city, no. That'll be
So-
Aleuir.
But he's still a
He's
pretty
what would
big
be
boss.
considered the second or third in command, yeah.
Okay. Where we going now, then? Where are we going?
Well,
Well,
I
we've
suppose
still got
our
a pie
bark is
competition to compete in. Chronicle at this point is just standing next to you. He's got all of his armor on now, and he's left the room, and he walks past everybody, and nobody seems to care.
Chronicle, and they, you know. You. Do they know about you?
Not exactly, no. I can hide my presence quite easily. I mean, if you want them to know I'm here, I
Like, can they see you?
but right now they can't.
Right, I mean, if you have anything to add to the conversation.
No, not really.
Okay, cool.
yes, Chronicle favors discretion quite greatly.
Question.
Despite
Actually,
wearing
he
plate
does have
mail, I'm
anything
hard
to
to find.
Do we just look like we're talking to ourselves?
Yes, but nobody seems to care at this
Yeah.
point, because let's be honest, you're in the middle of a crime scene.
Also, we've just come out of the bath. We're probably a bit down.
Yeah.
Okay. I want
actually, that's the
what
point.
did I miss and who did you kill?
Everybody.
They spoke to Regan. Regan basically said you can go and ask them for information and so on. So now you're just going back to the pie competition with Chronicle.
Okay, cool. I'll let Clancy's plus over here now.
I'm gonna win this time.
Now you're rolling your own dice.
Well,
Yes.
if that's everything, we're still booked into the room for like a good 20 minutes, right?
I mean, if you want to get back in the water, we can, but I mean, the pie competition's just around the corner, so we might want to. Not literally, but time-wise it is. So we might want to head there soon.
I suppose. Let's go. Fine. Let's go.
All right then. And
Regan, if you want to, I don't know,
Regan's
eat some
wandered off
pie.
at this point.
If you're free. Okay, fine. Are there any guards around?
Yeah, plenty.
Everywhere.
By the way,
Everywhere.
guys, if you get off out of this fairly quickly, then I didn't feel free to long.
You're cutting out quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, let me get close to my mic. Maybe that's the issue. Everyone, is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone, if you get off quickly after this, then there's a pie eating competition going on. If you're free, feel free to come down and eat some pie. It'll probably be quite fun. I'm saying this to all the guards and.
You're saying this to just all the guards in general.
Yeah.
A few nod and go,
Are you a paid
Yeah,
sponsor
yeah.
or something?
you might be able to.
Yes.
And then some others, and then another one just looks over and just, like, slaps him on the shoulder. I was like, what are you doing? We're on duty.
Oh, look. Just if you end up being free, because I can't imagine we've cleaned up this place pretty much entirely, and the guy just turned it up. That's all I'm saying. As it stands, I'll see you guys. Well, hopefully not see you, because it always tends to be about bad stuff. But yeah, have a nice day. Bye. I'm just sort of leaving awkwardly.
They look genuinely confused at what just transgressed. You just leave and begin to make your way out. Okay.
I just
Okay.
wanted some guards to eat some pie.
Are you a paid sponsor
But why?
for the pie eating contest?
Yep, of course. So, you
If
guys.
the pirating contest starts promoting the Smashfist,
Probably.
Smithy,
Smith.
then
Yeah,
then
that'd
we'll
be
know
better.
that there's some collusion going on.
Yeah.
Promoting the brewery would probably be a bad idea given the fact that it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Ouch. Right in the field.
Alright,
I'll
so,
be back in one moment.
so you proceed to make your way. You proceed to make your way down the main streets, heading back towards near where the center is, and you can see the stone giant who's there. He's currently stirring the ladle and so on. There seems to be another one alongside him who's currently like waiting and so on. And you watch as he's passed this tray of what look to be unbaked pies, and he's got this. It's just a giant platter of what look to be hundreds of pies on it, and he puts it in this massive heated oven, just closes it up. Dusts off his hands and just puts his hands on his hips and turns around and has a look to see who's about. You can see there's a lot of tables about now that are very much full with people at this point. And there's a few individuals playing music at this point. It's reaching near to dusk-ish. So it's getting close to nightfall. And quite a few individuals are just out on the long tables. There seem to be individuals carrying mugs and glasses. There's general cheer in the air and happiness. And there seems to be one dwarf on what looks to be like a smaller stand, currently shouting out, "Come on, place your bets! Come on! We've got a pie eating competition. Anybody who wants in, come and sign up. Fees as normal, same as last year. 5 silver pieces per person. You!" And he points at you, Infernal. It's like, "You look like one who could eat a lot of pies. Come on!" And just like beckons you closer. A lot of people at this point just turn and look at you.
Okay. I give him 5 silver.
Okay. You pull out 5 silver. You pull out 5 silver and you pass it to him. Excellent. Anybody else? You got any friends with your friend?
All of these guys.
Oh, yeah. And I hand over my phone.
I guess I'll head right also.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent. We've got a good amount of people here tonight. Well, if you want to take a seat, feel free to do so. We've got plenty of individuals around, and pies will be beginning shortly. You note that at this point he looks over and he sees Chronicle and he takes the 5 silver, and then he passes him his ticket and goes about his business, and he's about to turn to talk to Chronicle. Chronicle's still standing there, but he doesn't seem to notice him, and he goes, "Meh, ah well." and continues to talk to other individuals and get them in on the pie eating contest. There's 2 or 3 of them scattered around the central plaza, where the giant pot is.
I really need to learn how to do that.
You
That's
guys are
sorry.
going down.
I am not joining in.
You're not joining in? Okay.
I
So
was
who's
gonna
joining
sit
in
there
here?
and
We've got Bhold, you've paid 5 silver. Sasha?
Mm-hmm.
You-
I have paid 5 silver.
You've paid 5 silver?
I'll join the pie eating as well.
Okay, you pay 5 silver?
Yep.
Oh, our little Queglod is braver than you, Elsyan.
After what happened during the drinking contest, I don't think this is such a good idea for me.
Oh, all I hear is wah.
It's exactly what I did during the other one.
Now you're calling me a baby.
Called him a chicken
Yes.
last time.
Little baby Elsyan.
just, I've got,
Are you chickening out?
I've got to roll a dice to decide this.
Okay. And Malcolm, you said you were joining as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh god. Doing a bit more Infernal, and I think Elsyan's gonna join in. You've got to do it.
Come on, Elsyan. Don't cower out now.
Chronicle goes over and elbows you and he says, "Come on, Elsyan. You've never been one to drop a challenge, have you? Or have you gone soft?" And he just elbows you in the ribs.
Oh, little bit of padding.
Just double checking. Chronicle is a dwarf.
No,
Is he?
he's an Azamar.
Asthma.
Oh,
He's a shiny boy.
He's like the
Check.
one race you can't be annoyed at. Existing.
He's literally a god.
Not quite.
God spawn.
Yeah.
godlike.
Yeah.
And, okay. Fine. I'll join in.
Hey, there you go.
I
So
get
that's 5
vomit
silver.
flying towards me.
There you go. So that's 5 silver.
5 silver.
Okay. As you're sat around, a few individuals are currently being seated, and there's a shout. All right, we got enough people to get this party started. So, the rules for newcomers this year: you eat a pie, you go on to the next round. If you throw up or you don't finish your pie in time, and you fail, and you're out. Same rules as last year, and again, no cheating. We had one guy cheat last year. He's lost an ear since then. So, no cheating. And he just looks around. He points at you, Elsyan.
What? I do not cheat. I merely bend the rules into my favor. I've worked well within the rules.
I think that's cheating.
Cheating, it's knowing the system and breaking it to your will.
At this point,
No, it's definitely been cheating.
At this point, you see you hear the large oven open. There's just this roar of fire as it bursts outwards, and you watch as the large stone giant grabs like a set of oven mitts and picks up the large metal plate and puts it down on this giant table. And you watch as these pies are scooped off onto trays and stuff, and they're brought around. Alright, first batch is a go. Alright,
Oh no.
so you're all past the pies. I still have your constitutions noted down. Alright, so
Yeah.
let's see here. So Elsyan, as the only one with 11.
I haven't rolled yet.
No, I know. As the only one with 11. Actually, no.
Oh, we don't have Constitution.
Yeah. Okay, so first roll, first ones go round, everything's fine. First pie you have, it is a very crisp, very well made, it's got a good base to it, it's not soggy at all, it's good make. It's got hints of different fruits and berries in. Behold, this doesn't tickle your fancies all that well, it's not very nice for you, you prefer something a little bit more meaty, but berries isn't too bad. Malcolm, you love this to bits. This tastes great to you. It's a beautiful fruit pie, and Queglod, you don't mind it. It's relatively good. Same with you, Sasha. First round goes by. First pie, easy enough. You finish it in the first region. You see that there's a few kids getting involved, and they get these smaller pies. They're more like muffin-sized handheld ones. You're getting like big dish pies.
Does Queglod get the small ones too?
Actually, yes, she would. She gets the she gets a mildly smaller one than you, Elsyan.
She is an OAP.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
an
my pie
an
is only
OAA, an
slightly bigger.
old-aged adventurer.
Yes, exactly.
Oh god.
All right, so after that, he goes, "Well, most of you made it through the first round, but anybody who bowed out, you haven't got a stomach at all. Second round, up!" And he waves his hand in the air, and another load of pies get brought round. This one's going to require a Constitution roll from everybody. Advantage to those who currently have a Constitution above 12, which is everyone other than Elsyan.
Shut up.
And I'm going to roll for Chronicle as well.
Ooh. Thank for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
For Chronicle.
Oh, Chronicle, no.
Advantage rolls a 3 and a 4.
Oh.
Poor boy. DC is 10. He gets partway through, and he stops. He gets interrupted by someone. He turns around and has a talk to them while they're continuing to eat. He turns around and he looks at his pie, and the individual's like, "You're out! You didn't finish it in time!" And he's like, "Ah, great. All right. Here." And he slides the plate. He slides the plate across, and he watches Felipe, Arachne, and Featherwing just dive into the pie and start tearing it apart and eating the different portions of it. Arachne stops partway through because it is literally just berries.
Poor Arachne. Don't worry, I got me for you later.
Alright, second round up. Ready, go! Constitution saving throw from everybody. Advantage if your Constitution is above 14.
Above
14 or above, sorry.
Cool.
Ooh.
So I believe that is still everybody for now.
Apart from Elson.
Oh no.
Yes. Oh no, is that
Okay.
that's 2 2s?
Yeah.
I got a 7, but my constitution is +3.
Okay, you're fine.
Yeah, I got an 8 + 3.
Yeah, on the
I
next
got a
one.
16 plus nothing.
Yeah, you easily break through this. Malcom, you're fine. It's delicious pies. You could keep going all day.
Right.
Elsyan, you're okay. You're managing it. Queglod, as you get into your pie, you begin to notice they gave you the wrong pie. As you look around, you see one of the individuals on the other table has this smaller pie, and he's like grinning at you, and he finishes it off, pushes the pie tray to middle. You try to scoff it down, but as you do, you get a rumbling in your tummy, and you get a bellyache. And as you go to take another bite, you feel yourself like beginning to vomit. And the person on the table goes, "We need a bucket over here, quick!" And someone runs over with a bucket, places it down next to you. Roll me another Constitution save, just a regular one, just to see if you're okay.
Is now perhaps the time to mention that I am in fact eating dinner?
Yes,
Oh boy.
Good for you.
you are. As you
Enjoy this.
you hold it down, it burns, but you hold it down. The individual says, "Time's up, I'm afraid. You're out. All right. Round 3. Everybody with 16 and above, which I believe is everybody other than Queglod. So
Bhold is gonna start rage eating.
we're gonna start rage eating. Okay, so you use your
Yeah.
rage.
Another 16.
Oh yeah, Malcolm. You're
2
right.
1s. Aw.
Ah, 18.
Yeah,
No, I'm
Malcolm.
fine.
As these ones are passed over,
Oh.
these ones are meat pies this time around.
Oh.
No!
oh.
Terrible meat.
Sasha and Bhold, you dig into this without a moment's notice. As you begin to dig into yours, Malcolm, it's meat. You don't mind meat, but it doesn't go well, and it's not as good as the previous pies, and you end up slowing down to the point where you don't successfully finish yours, unfortunately, within the time limit.
That's okay. I give the rest to Arachne.
Yeah, Arachne chews down on this, has the rest. By the way, at this point, they've probably gained like a pound each of your pets, because they've ate like a ton of pie. They ate the rest of the buns as well, and they drank beer as well. So you've got drunk fat pets. So
Perfect.
for the
Great
for the day.
taking care of them.
Yeah,
Perfection.
I'm perfect at
it's
this.
fine. All right. All right, well done, everybody. You've made it through to your third round. Now, we got a few contestants this year. We got 3 from table 4. We got, looks like, the team from last year. We got all 5 of you in here this time. Looks like you didn't bow out this time, old man. And other than that, we got a few more scattered around. All right, round 4, everybody. All right, Constitution of 18 or higher. Now with advantage, otherwise just straight rolls.
Come on, Elsyan. Don't roll that dice.
That wasn't
Sorry.
it. I saw.
Why? That was the 20 I was going to get. No, man, it was a 16 again.
As you two have yours, you feel, it's getting a bit much. You're getting full, and you go to take one last bite. You don't feel very well. Behold, you hold it down, and same with you, Sasha.
It's gonna be a rough one.
But you both try and push on, but you fail again to do so. Elsyan, on the other hand, your pride is getting the better of you, and you're just going through these pies like nobody's business.
Just like an Aleuir banquet.
They're not half bad pies. They're pretty good pies as well. So this wouldn't be like off the list of fashion food. So it's pretty good for what you're used to. All right, well done. We lost 2 from that. We lost 2 from table 4. Most of last year's team is still there. 3 of you to go. Other than that, it looks like we got an elf in the final runnings along with 2 others. Good. All right, round again. Alright, make your constitution save, Elsyan.
Elsyan.
Come on. One more 20. Can't be anything else.
Good job, Marshals. Come on.
That's good enough.
Yes. Elsyan.
Alright, you eat this one down. It's a nice mix of what looks to be some kind of vegetables and meats. Not to your fancy, but still something that you managed to get through in good time. You're feeling a little bit full at this point. It is getting to you, and the others seem to be doing okay. A few others have bowed out. There seems to be 2 from the table, which the guy was pointing out. There seems to be 1 other individual. Looks like we're into the final runs, you lot. Literally.
This does not feel good.
Alright, everybody. 1 more round. Make this one with disadvantage.
What?
Yes.
You
made it. You made it to 20. You made it. No. As you get this one, you stop halfway through.
Say good. Say good.
Yeah.
Wait,
Do you try and force yourself to eat, or are you going to stop?
That's gonna say. I can't think of a way to cheat.
You don't have to cheat. This is an opportunity to re-roll with disadvantage, but if you fail, you throw up.
Oh God.
Elsyan.
What's there to lose? Fuck, I don't know, my clothes get dirty anyway. Re-rolling, bitches!
You go, I am not listening to this pack of rabbles. You can just like pick up you've got your fork and you're like, this isn't fast enough. Everything's out the window and you just slide the fork across the table. You grab Malcolm's spoon, which he hasn't touched. You just like start hoofing it into your mouth, 1 bit at a time, and you get through just as they hit the next round. He's like, and the elf made it! But it looks like we got 1-on-1, everybody, between an elf and last year's champion group. Let's see how this one goes.
Okay, Chris, just a question. How does the guy across me look? Does he look good? Is he doubting himself by any chance? Don't question why I use that word. How's his ego doing?
How's his ego doing? He's grinning at you. He has 3 chins. He's pretty big around the belly, and you recognize him. This is Gen. He looks like he has a team of adventurers with him.
You son of a bitch. Wait a minute, yes, I know a way to do this. I can make him I can use delusion on him.
Are you gonna
Make him see like he's got a 5-foot cube pie.
Okay. As the next pies are brought in, is that an intelligence saving throw?
Let me just double check.
I'm pretty sure delusion just happened.
I think delusion happens, but it's an intelligence saving throw to see if it's real or not.
No, definitely put I'm saying, why isn't it in there?
Do you really want to risk this? Because
Actually,
you
as
might
far as I know-
lose an ear.
I'm gonna say.
I could lose it. Fuck it, it's a pie in Torrent test. Doesn't matter that much.
Okay. I will want you to roll a sleight of hand, not for the casting of it, but more for the purpose of if you can make it seamless in terms of them putting the pie down, rather than
that
just
makes sense.
a giant pie
Okay.
appearing in front.
Okay, doing this.
Okay.
Oh, Elsyan.
Oh.
Oh, Elsyan.
Okay.
Not perfect.
What's the sleight of hand?
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Right then.
Is that 12? 13 on the sleight of hand?
Oh. Fuck yeah, I forgot. Like my constitution, I might have some benefit to my dexterity.
I think you have +2, so that's like
+3.
+3, 14. That actually beats him. So he looks at it and he sees this giant pie and his face just drops. He looks over at your pie and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be a contest, alright."
Got it.
Right. Roll with disadvantage.
Elsyan.
Again.
Behold!
Alright. As you do this, he begins to dig in. He sees the giant pie, and as he goes in, passes right through it, and he's like, "Nice try, Elsyan." He just like picks up his fork and he begins to dig in. He's keeping pace, and he's faster than you. You get one more roll, as does he.
With disadvantage?
With disadvantage, because you both failed. Oh no. Okay.
Elsyan can do it. Elsyan is our king. Elsyan is beat the get it. Take your fucking thing.
Again, you need to do this. You need to win.
Yes!
Oh,
No.
you met the DC. You finish your pie on time. Gen stops.
No.
He looks at his pie and he goes over and he goes, "Well done, Elsyan.
Yes.
Well done. I never thought an elf had it in him.
Well
Well done." At this point, the announcer goes, "And we have a winner! An elf! What's your name?"
Give me a sec.
The last one's had that same name.
My name is Elsyan. Oh, I should not have done that.
Elsyan, well done!
Someone get it.
You are the pie master of this year's Harvesters Festival! There's like a round of applause from everybody.
Sasha.
No. See, I was about to say, and Sasha actually has a little respect for Elsyan now.
And now,
Not much.
And now Elton yells, "Suck it, Sasha. I'm better than you."
Okay.
And then that respect just dwindles away.
So
Harlan,
Elsyan,
we know we can't have respect for each other.
as this happens, the individual walks over and goes, "Well done. You did well. You did well and beat Gen this
I
year.
did wealth. Wealth? Where? I did
Indeed.
wealth for this?
Here you go." And he passes you 50 gold pieces worth of winnings.
Noise.
Noise.
And in addition to that, here you go. And he slams down what looks to be like some kind of like rectangular wooden token of some kind. If you want any pies, take this into any of the taverns around town, and they'll give you a pie for free each night
Okay.
for the next
Amazing.
year until next year rolls around.
A year's worth of pies. Oh, good for me.
I think you've already eaten it. You just ate a year's worth of
Yeah,
pie.
for Elsyan, that was a year's
You
worth
made
of
it to round like 7 or 8. I'm impressed with a constitution of 11.
No, I wanted Elsyan to do this because I felt this was going to happen, that Elsyan would win.
Yeah, you had pride behind you, so you did well with that.
Now, come on then. Oh,
Alright, so
what's next?
as Chronicle looks over and goes, well, you did well, I'll give you that. So, I feel stuffed.
Oh yes, you did
You're
fantastically.
Do you have a place that you rest? Should we head to a tavern or something?
Yeah, we've got bedding. Oh, you did wonderfully, Elsyan. You did really well. I'm just gonna give him a big old pat on the stomach.
Okay, Elsyan, make a constitution saving throw.
No. You realise that I literally have clothes that stay perfectly clean, right? And you're right in front of me.
Oh no, I'm coming in from the side.
No, you're tapping from the front. You should have specified.
That's with a +2 thanks to one of my traits.
Okay, you're fine.
Sasha, you do that again. This spear that I never use will be placed in a very uncomfortable position. Feeling well enough to come up with clever remarks for you.
I go behind Elsyan and lift him up on my shoulder.
Oh no!
You're generally okay. You're holding it down, but you're lifted up, and you're
God.
now way above the crowd. A few people are like cheering, and they give you like thumbs up and stuff.
Hey, Bhold, jiggle him.
Don't jiggle me!
You're going to jiggle him?
I'm going to turn around 360.
Okay.
Why?
Constitution
No.
saving throw disadvantage, please.
I'm just stepping out of the blast
Spiraling
radius
spew,
now.
no! Simon, I hope you're not still eating.
No, I'm done. Go mad.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh god, please stop and just
You
put
hold
me
it
down.
in. You can feel it there. It hurts. It's
Oh,
ready. It
God.
wants to leave.
It's not
But you've got
too much
dignity.
pie. Put the down.
All right, Behold. Put the champion down. Let the pie master have his rest.
Oh,
Let him down.
oh.
Okay.
Could be leaning with either my staff or with my staff. Fuck it. I'm gonna spit for this. Leave with the staff. Don't do that again. I need a moment. Oh no. This is going badly.
Let's get you back to the barracks.
That sounds like a plan.
So,
Yes,
as
probably
you-
best to get you back to the privy as well.
yeah, as you're making your way down the streets, you can see that there's a large portion of people are coming out of their homes. Lights are being lit now as it runs into dark. And you see that there seems to be some kind of feast going ahead. You can see, Elsyan, you notice this, that the High Governor is currently standing in the centre, the place of which you just left. He's just made his way over and now is standing on the on that same small platform. The stone giants are currently preparing the meal, and they seem to be putting it into slightly smaller, out of the massive cauldron that's in front of him. He proceeds to take them and put them into smaller pots, which are being distributed along the lines and corridors of the main road, or of the main roads. And people seem to just be coming out and enjoying themselves. Feasts and food. The individuals of make is being placed on the tables, and all the stalls that were previously selling food have all been collapsed down and moved to one side, as individuals seem to be pulling out chairs, tables, lighting candles, and all other kind of lighting. And they all set the food down. And as this happens, it all goes eerily silent. The bards stop playing, and everybody bows their heads. And there's a few short words which you can just about hear over the rest of this. My fellow people, let this beginning of the Harvesters' Festival, my first here in Adamantia, be celebrated well for all of the hard dedication of the farmers and those that tend the fields. to those who protect this city and its people, to those of you who are willing to celebrate and bring out what you have earned throughout the year for many to join in, all those who are less fortunate than yourselves, who you are willing to help and feed on this day. Thank you everyone for this day, for our alliances and our friends. And he raises a glass up, and you hear almost in unison, Malcom and Sasha, seeing as you've been part of these before, you know that they're going to say for the Emperor.
I'd go straight. I'm going for it. Yep.
Yep.
I join in.
Yeah. As this happens, you three are caught off guard as he raises his glass, and then almost in unison, the entire city goes into a for the Emperor.
For Bhold.
It's just one for Bhold, off the trails off after everything else. I'm
gonna just sidle away from him and
a bunch of
To suddenly avoid around
a
Behold.
few
Everyone's just taking a
individuals
half step
look
away.
around, and one of them goes, "This one's already drunk. Come on, friend!" And then the partying just billows up. Everybody is in full cheer, full mode. Everybody is eating and drinking, enjoying themselves. Behold, you're roped in by a bunch of strangers upon saying that just to a table. And they just hand you like a mug of ale and a plate of food. You've got roast
Drinking
chickens,
contest.
you've got all kinds of just different dishes and foods from all over the Empire. Is anybody else going to join in this, or is it all...
Oh.
Yeah, Elsyan, at this point, you feel stuffed, but you could probably go for a drink right now.
I mean, my plan was to like, do you wanna head home, Elsyan, or head back to the barracks, Elsyan, or do you want to drink?
For once, Sasha, let's drink.
Yes.
Okay, you will partake. What was that?
I'm gonna try and find any place that has my favorite drink.
Okay. You search the lines, you're carrying a plate with you, which you pick up from the location of where your friends are. They're all eating and drinking. Give an investigation check, with advantage because of the amount of food that's here. Queglod, are you partaking in this?
Yes, yeah, I will
Okay.
join in as well.
Yeah, so Chronicle sits down as well. Looking around, you successfully find what looks to be a few bits of platter from the Barren Lands kind of tradition. You can see a few individuals, humans, with a little bit more of a darker complexion, wearing what looks to be general traveler's clothes, which you would recognize from the Barren Lands. They seem to have what looks to be some kind of caravan behind them, a few horses that are tied up to the caravan itself, and they're currently just feasting on this. And as you go over, you take bits and pieces. They welcome you, and they pass you the plate so you can take freely. And you head back and sit with your friends, or
Yeah, sure.
you head back, sit with your friends. You all enjoy a merry night, getting drunk, enjoying yourself, and drinking and eating freely. Elsyan, more on the drinking, less of the eating.
You think?
And you go through the night, and you have filled your bellies to the best that you can. It goes well on into midnight. Individuals are enjoying themselves, and everything is going ahead as planned. You eat and drink, you head back into the tavern after a long day of partying, and you rest finally, collapsing on your warm beds, a few of you with bowls by your side just in case. And you find yourself sleeping into the night. You rest peacefully. Next morning you awake to what is the smell of bacon rushing through the corridors of the barracks. You can... Indeed. Bacon. You can see...
Behold is rushing out.
Bacon. Behold leaves the area and proceeds to make his way out for the bacon. The rest of you, most of you have got what would be a mild hangover. Chronicle's just destroyed. He drank himself way too much last night. You guys proceed to get yourself up, and you proceed to prepare yourself for the coming day. While this is all going on,
Sasha is very excited.
Yeah, Sasha, as you wake up, you notice that there's a small slip of paper on your bedside table. Anybody else who wakes up other than Bhold, because Bhold rushed out, you notice that you've also got bits of paper on your bedside table.
Read the paper.
Okay. It seems to be some kind of notice, almost. You unfold it, you look at it, and it says, "Dear friends of the Dawn Seekers, you are all invited to partake in the arena fight that is to be taking place on the 3rd day of the Harvesters Festival. This fight will consist of some tough challenges. You and 4 other teams will be competing for the title of champion in the arena. Do not be worried, the conditions will be the same as your previous fight. However, these ones will be more difficult. However, you will have more time to rest in between and prepare if you wish. Yours sincerely, Church of Steel."
Well, that sounds fun, but I haven't got time to think about it. I'm off to my stall.
Yeah. Grabbing a ration out of your pack, you proceed to rush down the road, taking a swig of your water skin. You rush upstairs and out into the streets. You can see that there are still tables and chairs. There are quite a few people unconscious, just lying on the benches.
I'm a power walking dwarf.
Yeah, you're power walking along the road. A few people seem to be waking up. Guards are going about waking up the individuals and taking them back home. Seemingly they've been doing this most of the night. Quite a lot of them have bags under their eyes and they're like moving people as best they can. You get to the center of town because you know your stall is somewhere near there. You can see that one of the stone giants is there, currently leaning on the pot, half asleep. And he's just there snoring away. Quite a few individuals in the vicinity have left. And you find your stall. You grab your things, you set them up, you lay them out on the table, and you prepare for the day.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so you've got your early start bonus from that. So, the rest of you go about your morning breakfast, grabbing your things and preparing for a day. You know that Sasha's got her stall, if any of you wish to help in promoting that. Otherwise, you may proceed about the day as you see fit, searching for adventurers or seeming to do a little bit of shopping and browsing around town. So, unless anybody wanted to do anything in particular, we'll get down to the nitty-gritty of what you wanted to buy.
I will go at the start, go next to Sasha's thing, start playing drums.
Okay. So you go over, you take the war drums out of the bag of holding, you proceed to head over, and you set up the war drums and you begin to slowly start playing the war drums.
Ooh, playing war drums.
I'm going to say with this, make a performance check with advantage.
Can I
because you are
join
being
in?
distracted by anything. Natural 20.
Can I?
Yeah, you can. So you're going to join him as well in the streets?
Yes.
Okay. Again, make a performance check with advantage with your pan flute.
It's a natural 20. Don't fuck this up.
I still.
Still decent. Elsyan, do you wish to join them?
Oh god, no. Elsyan needs to go on the competitive ones.
Elsyan shall join.
Okay, so Elsyan, I would like you to make me a performance check with
Just
advantage.
to clarify, I am playing with my normal flute, not the horrifying pan flute.
Pipes of haunting.
Or am I?
It's like, really? It's with advantage. Because you're able to keep the beat with Infernal, and also it's a very clean note. Okay.
2 nat 20s.
Out of what you managed to do, Bhold, you set a very good rhythm. It's slow, but it's steady, and it's very, very well done. You begin to try and break in with your pan flute, but you can't quite get the volume right. You're quite low and quiet, but there's a subtle aspect which is still very complementary to this all. Same with the flute, yet the flute carries out into the open streets along with the rest of it. As this happens, the stone giant wakes up and he looks over and he goes, "Oh, playing music already this early in the morning. Oh, it's a mighty fine tune though. Goliath as well. I haven't seen any of those. Wait, you participated in the competition yesterday, didn't you? In the pies."
I'm currently still just playing my flute, so
yeah.
I'm not on.
The two of you, he's like,
That they did.
Ah, Dwarf. So, what are you playing for? Just trying to earn money, practicing, or?
Well, a little bit of that, but I'm running a stall, and my friends here are adding a little bit of jazz to it.
Oh, I see.
Please have a look at my wares. Is there anything that tempts your fancy?
If you still have the list, can you copy and paste that to me?
I can do that. It does have my prices along with it.
No, that's fine.
Warning.
If you have the prices with it, that's fine. If it doesn't have the prices, or if you don't want to include the prices, I'll ignore them. I'll assume otherwise. I'll assume that I'll just ask the general idea of what it is.
Just waiting for it to load up.
Yeah, no problem.
Come on, there we go. So, whilst you're having a look around, tell me about yourself. Don't see many stone giants around here outside of festival days. What? I never really had the chance to talk.
No, I come from the old fortress. Up in the mountains. Used to be part of the old Empire's main alliance with us giants when they first reached out. But
Oh, right. I mean, well, what? The old fortress. I don't. Where is that in relation? Chris. Okay, it's taking me a while to. There it is.
you sending the thing, or?
Sending it now.
Okay. Did anybody make a note of that location? Because I seem to have misplaced it. It's the Fortress past Volgrim. It's something keep. I have it written down in my notes somewhere. I'm just trying to find it.
I don't know.
I'm
So
sending
what-
it to you in
where-
Discord, by the way, Chris.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Whereabouts
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it
that's
supposed to be?
This is one of the old
Then I don't
keeps.
know.
The one that's
Yeah.
there.
I only know about one fort.
It's the one that I told to you, Harlan, when you were looking up. Skycalm Keep.
Oh,
Yes, I'm from Skycalm
Skycalm
Keep.
Keep.
Me and a bunch of other stone giants live there. We've been
Oh, really?
there. We've been there ever since.
I'd heard about Skycalm Keep actually. I've actually been quite interested in visiting. Is it somewhere that's visitable, or?
It's hard to get to. You have to go quite up high in the mountains. The easiest way, and the way that most of us fellows end up getting there. We're a little bit too big to go on the underpassage, but there's a direct route if you go from the old. Do you know the old collapsed volcano, Volgrim?
Volgrim, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you go from there, if you keep heading north, there should be a road not long from there. You can travel along that main road, and it will take you to the keep.
Right. Well, I actually was planning to head up into the mountains into Volgrim anyhow, heading into towards the Dwarven cities and doing a bit of mining along the way. So I
Most of that place has been stripped clean, but you might find some rare minerals here and there. It is an old volcano after all.
yes.
Just be careful of surface lava or magma. There are pockets
Well,
of it still alive.
Well, hopefully I'll see. I might get there in time to see you and say hello and maybe show off some more of my wares. Now, is there anything that's caught your eye?
Okay. He has spotted. Is there anything here he could wear as a ring?
The circlet?
That's the closest thing that he could. Yeah. Actually, no. He's taken a notice in the silver dragon necklace. Oh, I see this thing here. It's very well made, kind of dragon-esque. I like that. Might go well with some of the other charms.
Yes, this was one of my finest pieces. I thought it was. I thought it was quite good myself. I was thinking of selling it for quite a high price, but make me an offer and we'll see if I see how much you think it's worth.
Well, intelligence check on a giant. Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, since it's made from mostly steel, the work is pretty good, I will admit, and there's a little bit of gold.
Oh no, this one's made from pure silver.
What did I say?
You said steel.
Steel. I meant
Yeah.
silver.
Yeah.
It's made.
With
It's
the-
made from silver. There's a little bit of tipping on gold on this. It's very well made. It is a little bit dainty, but I'm sure I could have someone maybe expand that up a bit using a little bit of magic.
Yes.
All the same, not really one for jewellery. Shoot you about 125.
Well, I think
Depends
that's a
how
pretty
much it
good
costs you
offer.
to make it, because I don't know these prices all that well. We don't really use human money all that much.
It took me a tad more than I normally would have than something for some other people. I wanted to make sure it was good. It was good enough quality. So, would you be willing to stretch to 140?
I mean, I guess I have that much. It'll be easier to work out if I use giant currency if you want.
Well, okay. What do I know about giant currency, and how does giant currency work?
Giant currency can be anywhere from...
Would I know this?
Yeah, you would. They can trade in anything depending on the society level in which they live. They could, if it's like rudimentary, like very scrubland survival-esque, they'll trade in bones and general wooden tokens. If you're going into the higher society, they may use very precious metals as general currency, things like diamonds and rubies.
Right. What would be your giant currency? I know it can fluctuate depending on certain factors.
Yeah,
what-
that's
what-
a given. He reaches into his pocket and rummages around for a bit, pulls out a bit, and he looks down. How about this? Let's do. It is a... Let me just pull this up. Giant currency. No, wrong way. Wrong way again. Gone too far. I think. Have I? No, I haven't gone far enough. Never mind. And this would be a... it seems to be a relatively small portion of topaz. Topaz generally about this size would probably go for about 250 gold pieces. Well, this,
Right, can I do like...
this is the rough conversion of what I know. I'm not that great with numbers on the human side.
Right.
They work in such small little pieces. It's hard to use. And he's holding up one gold piece within his massive fingers.
Yes, I can understand that. Would you mind if I had a look at this with my prospector's kit to check its quality, and then we'll see, and then just to make sure that it's just to double check.
Yeah, sure thing. If you want any others, I got a few more in here that will be about the rough price. Let's see. I got 3 of these. He pulls out 3 bits of what look to be like jade, and somewhere with their with their kind of translucent light green color, a little bit of dark green hinted in there as well. And
How much would jade go for?
I got one of these. It's a little pretty. He pulls out about a 300 gold's worth of diamond. I got one of these. It's a pretty big piece for you little littens, but for us it's quite a neat and tidy thing. I've been planning on getting a few of these set into rings myself, but all the same, unless you're willing to set rings in for me, I'll be in town for another 5 days.
Oh well, I am free after tomorrow, I believe. Yes, I'd be happy to help around with that. I would be okay. So topaz, diamond, and jade.
Yeah, you can either have 3 pieces of jade, which would be roughly come to 300. The topaz, make an investigation check.
I'm just checking my investigation quickly.
Yep,
would I get the bonus of having my jeweler's tools?
You would also have the bonus of stone cunning, so you would gain
okay.
proficiency ×2. So if you're already proficient in investigation, give yourself a +2. If you're not, give it a +4.
I am not.
That's
+4, so
14.
14, I guess.
The topaz of this size, it would be roughly worth somewhere from the range of 250 to 300, you believe.
And the diamond would
not exact. The
diamond would
the diamond itself, looking at that also, around about the same price range.
Can use
I
the
will-
diamond for revivify.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
was thinking
can.
that. I will take that. I'll take the diamond. Here you go.
Alright.
I hand over the.
Sure
pendant.
feet. Oh,
I make it. Yeah.
he holds
I-
up like the tiny dragon. He's like, "You'll look good in my collection once I got you a little bit bigger. Don't worry, little one." He like gives it a little bit of a nudge on the nose.
If you need any other work, I'm happy to do so. I do take commission.
And puts it into the pocket.
I'm
Are you willing to make large weapons? Are you willing to make jewellery, that sort of thing? If anything, I actually need a new set of like cook's tools. I've been using these wooden spoons for ages. I could use a metal ladle.
I would be happy to make you that. I can make a full set if you like. I can make just the ladle. I can.
Up to
I
you.
can do pretty much.
If you can do the full
I can do
set
pretty much-
within the next 3 days, I'd be happy with me. Making
Yes, I believe I could do that. What would you like them made out of?
steel, iron, don't care. As long as it's not going to weather or rust too quickly.
Yes. Yeah, I can get that sorted out. Come back to me on the 4th day of the festival, near the end of the day.
All right. I'll probably be here all
I'll-
day. I'll probably be here all the day,
Right.
so you could probably best if you come to me. But
Will do.
all right. With regards to other things, you got anything magical there?
Well, I have this scimitar here, which might be a bit small for you, but it could be enlarged, I suppose. Well, what it does...
he like puts out his hand. And he says, "May I?"
Yeah, oh, of course.
He
And essentially...
he holds it, and you watch as it just continues to grow and grow to become giant size, eventually reaching his size.
Excellent.
Good weight.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Used to most of us stone giants are used to clubs and stuff, but this is a little bit more elegant,
Yes.
more my style.
It's enchanted with the ability to mend itself, so that if broken or shattered, it can bring itself back together. This may take some time, as of course, it may not be instantaneous, but it will mean that you'll never have to buy another weapon in your life.
Huh. Interesting. What would you say the base metal's made out of?
Let me double check that one actually.
I believe you made the scimitar either out of iron or steel.
I believe this one was steel
Okay.
because I wanted it to be special,
Yeah.
and that's why it ended up being 200 or GP.
Yeah, that was the
something,
total
or-
cost of it. So
Plus the cost of the enchantment.
yeah, plus the cost of the enchantment.
Ah,
So actually,
I might have to scale that one up a little actually.
yeah.
Um,
As he takes this, he looks at it and he goes, "Good. May I?" He like looks at you kind of with a quizzical look as he's like attempting to bend the blade itself, in almost
yes,
threatening to snap it.
go right ahead. I haven't had the chance to properly test it. At the very least, I wouldn't want to sell anything that didn't work. So
All right.
sure,
He
go right ahead.
pulls out which was his previous wooden spoon. He proceeds to bash it, and the wooden spoon, like, there's a crack that goes through it, and the blade doesn't break. Either way, this is good metal. It's holding its weight, and he begins to try and break it as best he can. He, with fairly relative ease, bends it, and then it, as it just snaps into two small pieces, snapping the end off. And you watch as he does this. He drops the metal piece, and as it hits the ground, it shrinks back to its size and gets smaller and smaller and just dissipates. And you watch as the end of the blade begins to slowly knit itself back together as the metal proceeds to grow ever so slightly out of the edge.
Yes.
This is a good blade. I like it. How about this? I'll do you the... how about this? I'll do you this blade.
Obviously, this one's enchanted, so it might be a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, obviously. I'll do you this blade, because one, it fits me hand because it's enchanted. You've obviously put a lot of work into this, it's very durable. Plus, the cook sets, if you could make those for me. I don't know what it is in human currency, but I think one of these might do. And he reaches into his back pocket and pulls out what looks to be a fire opal.
Ooh.
This would run you
fire opal.
This would run you about 1,000 gold pieces, potentially more depending on its quality.
That would do. I would be I'll be honest. I could get. If I can clear out my skull quickly enough, I will get you made your cooking set today. If that's what you're offering.
It's gonna take you 8 hours to make that cook set. This is
Not if I use my magic.
No, if you use your magic, it still will, because it exceeds the total size of the
really?
limit of the Artisan's Blessing. Yeah, you're making something for a 3x3 creature. You're making a ladle that's probably the better part of 10 foot tall.
Right. I can actually.
So Behold's gonna
I will
have to
try
carry
and-
that out of the forge.
Yes, I will. Do you want me to set this aside for you, and then once I've finished your cooking set, bring that over, and then we'll make a deal?
Yeah, sure thing. I'll hold on to this, and if how about this? I can. How about this? I'll give you this now, and he passes down will look to be 5 pieces of the jade. I'll give you this now, and once you finish your commission, you bring it to me. I'll swap those for the other pretty. If you don't get to me in time, that's fine. You can just keep your jade, and I'll be on my way.
That seems fair. I will of course try and get to you in time. Yes, that seems like a fair deal. Thank you very much, friend. Here you go. I hand over. I probably took back the sword to make sure it was working properly. And
Oh no, he still has the sword, and it's fully repaired at this point. At the end of your conversation,
I will
sheathes
take
it next
back.
to his club on his other side.
Right. Do I have a way to highlight these? I do have a way to highlight these. Lovely.
So at this point, he goes, "Name, by the way, is Obble." Obble, yeah, nice and simple, giant style.
I must say,
friend?
a lovely
and
name.
your friends here? What are your names?
I'm Sasha. The friend playing the pipe over there is the flute over there is Elsyan. Here we have Bhold, the Goliath, and here we have Malcom, the Tiefling.
Queglod and Chronicle, you're probably like lingering at this point,
Yeah.
just like watching
Sure.
this take place.
Oh,
Pleasure to meet you all, and good music all the same. I do like it. All the same. I'll be around town, probably around the square a little bit around the centre a little bit longer, before I'm gonna try and get some little bit of proper shut-eye, work off this hangover.
Ooh, by the way,
Yeah,
do you know Maverick?
Maverick. Gonna roll an intelligence check here. No, don't say I do. No, don't know a Maverick.
Okay.
Depends. Can you describe him to me in any way?
He's a dwarf, and he's a blacksmith, right?
He's a blacksmith. You haven't been told he's a dwarf.
Yeah. He's a blacksmith who's supposedly in the center of the mountains.
Sun-kissed mountain.
The Sun-Kissed Mountain.
Oh, the
We-
Sun-Kissed Mountains. Oh, yeah. Old cranky white fella. 4 arms, 1 big eye in the middle.
4 hours.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right.
What?
Okay, well,
What?
Yeah,
I guess
he's a good forge worker. He makes some stuff for us stone giants every now and then. Mainly for the storm giants, but still.
Do you know exactly where he is?
Not exactly. There's a path you can take if you talk to some of our elders. Seeing as we'll probably beat you back there, depending on how long you're going to take and when you plan to leave. Just say you're looking for Obble. Tell them that you met him at the festival and his cooking's great. Tell them that. They do like to hear that. And,
We will do, friend.
and then I might be able to escort you there if you want.
That would be most helpful.
great.
Yeah.
I can
Us
say this has
stone
been
giants, it's a
absolute-
3-day journey. For you guys, I'd probably say it's probably a week, maybe 2. So I would be careful.
I would say, Obble, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure to mine. You're a good business person. You know your prices, you're fair. Although you do, and you're willing to work in anything other than human currency, which is better than a lot of the other ones around here.
I'm a dwarf. Stone works my life as well.
Yeah,
I love a bit of pretty meat.
good. All the same,
All right.
pleasure meeting to you. And if you see any other stone giants, be sure to say hi. Say Obble said hi as well.
I will. I will.
There's
I
two
will.
more of us around town. There's
Oh.
Snag.
Mhm.
Snag's been. He'll be over in the fighting arena. He's
arena?
yeah. He's got a match at the Church of Steel over the next 3 days.
Oh, we'll be there tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. If you see him, say hi. He's got a couple of rock dogs as well. So
Oh.
they're good fun. They're fluffy on the inside. They're a little bit hard on the outside, but they're fluffy.
Rock dogs.
Yeah.
I rock dogs.
They're think stalag tiger, but think dog, smaller, and effectively just rock on the outside, and they live in the mountains.
Guild War Rock Dogs.
Yep, effectively.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's what I know. That's Snag, he's in there, and then we got Rimf. That's spelled R-I-M-F. He's been told he's to do a little bit of work, helping with the security and patrolling a little bit. He's also our escort, make sure we don't get ambushed by any fire giants. They have a tendency to live around Volgrim, so do be careful if you head there. But we do tend to fight him off most of the time. But he's just around just to keep us safe, make sure nothing goes wrong.
Sorry, could I get a check on what the other friend was called? Skag?
Snag.
Snag.
S-N-A-G.
Thank you.
Snag. Snag, Obble, and Mint.
Yeah, I'm just putting all their names in.
When are you gonna be going back?
We go back.
Sure, these are rock giants. They sound like cereal mascots.
Obble, Rimph, and Snag.
Yeah.
Snag, Rimph, Obble.
Yep.
Try our new Rockio.
Yeah. Yep. Indeed.
Rock crunchies.
Our crunchy
man.
rock flakes.
Obble, Snag, and Rim.
Rock flakes.
Oh man, the whole Infernal. If there's anything you need to make now for like your next art, just have like Obble, Snag, and Rim. Just have them with like the cocoa.
Just
pop.
over snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Can we just appreciate that even if I don't sell any more of my stuff, I've already made like a 200% profit before I hand over the cooking set. I love this guy.
So when is he going back?
We'll be going back near the end of the festival. Yeah, day that it finishes. Day when all of us basically
all
most
of
of us
you
go.
going together?
Yeah. We're heading straight through the mountains over the top, though.
Before
Not sure whether
before
you
head
guys
off,
would be too all accommodated with that. You, on the other hand, you'd probably be able to manage it. The mountains do get quite high, a little bit above what you're used to. Even we have to wear warm clothes sometimes.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to come with us.
Hell.
Yeah, we got to get back kind of immediately, so we got to go straight there. And probably wouldn't be great if we took you with us either. The route we're taking is dangerous, to say the least.
we understand. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Before you head off, what exactly would you like? Ladle, stew pot, obviously.
A ladle. If you're gonna make a pot, that would be fabulous. I've heard of these things called woks. Some of the individuals from the Barren Lands were using them. I wanted to try out some of their stuff, so that's going in there as well.
I think I can make a wok.
Cheese wire. We're a big fan of cheese up in the mountains. And spoons and some knives as well, if you're willing to make all that. Otherwise, the ladle's the main thing, and then I'd say the spoon would be next.
No, ladle, and the stuff, and that's definitely getting done. I'll make all the stuff, and it shouldn't rise up the price any. Just yeah, you're a friend. I might as well help. I'll be happy to make.
How high do the mountains go, by the way?
High. Not so big on numbers.
Oh, you're like me then.
Yeah, not so big on them. Well, I'd say we have seen Goliaths go up to the fortress before. Most of the humans from the previous lifetime, I've been told, most of them wore very thick furs, that sort of thing. But yeah, it goes quite high. If you go into the Sun-Kissed Mountains, you're going above cloud level. So at that point, it's going to get really chilly. No, we rarely go up there, and even if we do, we wear thick clothing that we've had made for us. So you're looking at, don't know, high.
Quite high.
Above cloud
Thank you for all your help.
above cloud level, you're getting into 30,000 feet level, which is higher than Everest.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about there being stone figures of people to the north of Vulgar?
Yeah, avoid those. They were people once.
I guess a basilisk got a hold of them.
No,
Oh.
not a basilisk. They're known as the Stone Curse. They're still living statues. If you walk too close to them, they'll grab you. And if they bite you, you turn into one of them. Extremely dangerous. And don't trust statues in the mountains, because that usually means it's the Stone Curse. That's an old curse that was laid there previously by one of the greater hags of old or something.
Interesting.
I don't know too much. The Dream Walker will be able to help you more on that.
More?
Well, as I was saying,
Yeah,
thank
she's
you
our
for all
leader.
your help, Bobble. You've been a fantastic help, really. Is there any? I will get this cooking stuff made for you as quick as I can, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yeah, I'll work on getting that. And if you want any recipes for food and stuff, I got a bunch of those as well. Willing to sell them. I've been told your human currency is about 5 gold a piece. I don't know what that is. If you've got some precious shinies, I could probably throw them in with your work if you want. A few of them are special, hand-picked ones. If any of you would be interested in cooking that.
I'm taking an interest in cooking, so sounds
Yeah,
interesting.
sure. You might want smaller bits of paper though, because and he pulls out this about it's about 5 foot in height roll of paper. He's got bits and pieces of it, and he's like, "Might be a bit big for you." No offense. Well,
Queglod, it's your blanket.
He'd drop this on Queglod. She'd take quite a bit of damage.
I guess I need to pick up some paper.
Okay. So, have a nice day all the same, and good luck to you. Gives a nod.
And good luck to you, and good luck to you.
Indeed.
I found my new favorite character. It's awful.
All right. And this is where we will take our break. So, we'll be back momentarily. We won't be too long, hopefully. During this time, I will tedious stuff of like numbers and so on very quickly. So, yeah. Anyway, be back in a bit.
you haven't started yet again? Okay.
No, I was doing this all off stream. Because all right, so.
And then I think the last thing is firewood and spiked shoes.
Spiked shoes, that'll be the cost of nails. So that's like 2 copper per thing. So I'm fairly certain anyway. Hold on, let me check. Let's see. Yeah, in the creation of spiked shoes utilizing nails, it would cost you 5 copper pieces per boot. So 10 boots total that you'd need to utilize for that. So you would with Behold's socks and sandals, because he's an old man. Giving him spiked sandals, that would be.
What did you just call me?
Yeah?
An old man.
Old man, yeah.
I'm 21 years old.
Behold's wearing socks and sandals.
I'm not wearing. I'm fucking not wearing anything on my legs.
He's not wearing anything.
So what about your feet?
Yeah, he's been going
Or
around.
my feet.
He goes around barefoot all the time, which means you will have to buy boots for him. So we'll say that that's 5 silver pieces plus the additional cost of the nails. So, and they're what, 2 copper per, or did I say 5 copper per?
5.
5. So that would be 1 silver per person. So that would be a total of 10 silver.
So
10 silver, and everybody has spiked shoes. Everybody, you'll have to note that down
Would that just be
independently.
1 gold piece?
Yeah, or 1 gold
I
piece.
can take 10 silver off of mine. It's fine.
No, it's alright. I can.
No, I have silver. It's fine.
But I don't have enough
Okay.
silver.
Guys,
Yes, exactly. I have like 200 silver. Relax.
Guys, can I just appreciate something here? How the two
I
people
know
that aren't British are being very British about this.
What?
No, I can do it. No, I insist I can do it.
Yeah, just let Behold do it.
No. Let me.
Okay, so Behold, take 10 silver off of your thing.
Yep, already.
All right, so yeah, there's
Alright.
that, and firewood. Firewood would probably run you a silver piece per pound, and
I think I'll take like,
you'd probably use 3 pounds each time you light a fire. So wood's quite heavy for what it is. That's the reason it would be that much. Remember, you can have Behold carry these things because he gets double carrying capacity because he's a Goliath.
I'm just not sure how much we should get because
I have around 400 more pounds. It's fine.
400 pounds of firewood.
No.
Well, if it's 1 silver per thing and how much you're getting, I'd probably say 100 pounds would be as much lumber you could get at this time.
Okay, 100 pounds.
So that's 100 silver, which would be 10 gold.
Alright, I'll
Alright.
take 100 silver off of him.
Yeah, he has literally he can pay in silver. So
Yeah.
100 silver, and you have 100 pounds worth of firewood, which you will now carry around with you, Behold.
That's fine with me.
Okay. And your war drums were taken out and so on. You're currently carrying those. Do you want to continue carrying your war drums on you, or do you want those to go back in the bag of holding after?
I mean, I don't think I can hold the drums and the wood and stuff.
Yeah, so it would be the drums would have to go back in the bag of holding. That's not a big deal. Long life
Yeah,
rations.
there's-
Did you add those, or oh no, Behold's carrying those.
Yeah, Behold.
Yeah. So how many do I need to add?
75.
Alright, wait.
So it was 150 gold for that, which I believe you took off already.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, that
Malcom.
was Malcom needed to do that.
Yeah, Malcom, you took the 150 gold for the long life rations, didn't you?
Don't think it was 150. I think it was 140. I think.
So how much did they weigh?
Yeah, let's go with that. 75 pounds.
Yeah, it was
75
140.
pounds. And how many do we have with those?
Yeah, it was 100 and. Oh no, he's already done the cost.
So how much do they weigh?
75 pound
75. Okay.
the total, and that would just be long life rations that would last you. All right, so back to what's going on. Our party has successfully picked up a bunch of bits and pieces for their journey ahead, heading into the mountains, taking long life rations for when they should need them, when they can't scavenge for food, as well as depositing off a few other bits and pieces. As you're going around town looking for these things, Sasha, a few people come by. One individual wishes to buy your one individual would like to buy one of your supreme quality necklaces. for
yes.
75 gold pieces, seeing as you haven't got a tag on it.
Where's my thing?
They would also like to buy both of the earrings as well, and they'd like to buy the total of those for 120 gold pieces, plus the necklace for 70.
Yes, that seems like a fair enough price. Feel free to look at other things, but yes, I'm happy to hand those over.
So you got 190. Your earrings are gone and your necklace is gone.
Wait, did you say 100? You said 125 and 75, or 120?
120 and 70.
Oh, 70. I thought.
Yeah.
So that's 190.
190 you gained, so that's one of your supreme necklaces gone. So one individual comes by, buys the fancy silver dagger and the what was it? It was the warhammer that was ornate, wasn't it?
No, there was the fancy silver dagger and the warhammer was pretty ornate. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the warhammer or the greatsword that was ornate.
I mean, the greatsword is incredibly ornate, but it's also incredibly expensive.
Yeah, he can't afford that, so he buys the warhammer and the fancy silver dagger for 100 for the two of them.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yep. An individual comes along, relatively pompous, wishes to buy the great.
Can I have? I'm just gonna take a moment to like do my highlighting of stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. While this is all going on, actually, while you're handling that, Elsyan.
Yes.
First of all, breathing into the mic. Second of all, you go to find Shishkri to buy warm clothing. Elsyan? Did you mute yourself?
Elsyan?
Did you die?
He's been kidnapped, boys.
Yep. He's been kidnapped by the Stone Crispies boys.
Yep, he's been kidnapped by Ogle. What was his name?
Obble.
Obble, that's the one. Snag and...
Rimph.
Rimph.
Obble, Snag, and Rimph. He's been snagged by Obble and Rimph and Snag. That makes no sense, I know. So, someone also comes along and they offer you a price of 450 for the greatsword.
Can I try and
Haggle?
haggle them up a bit?
Yep, go for it.
With that, am I wording that or am I rolling for that?
You're rolling for that. We'll just do charisma. Once Sam gets back, we'll deal with his talking to Shishkri.
It's just a base 10.
It's a little bit difficult. They're not too keen on going up, but you managed to get up to about 460.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, so that's 460 for the innate greatsword, or for
You
the
got like 2k from this shit.
blood essence greatsword. I've just received a buzz, so it's probably Sam has lost connection.
Yeah, Sam lost connection, he deceived.
Okay. He says restarting my laptop. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Some other individuals come and buy you out of your one individual buys you out of your breastplate.
Oh.
Because of the ornateness of it, they only really wish to pay 425 because it's still a breastplate, and they could buy a functional one, but they're paying the extra because it's mildly ornate.
I'm going to try and convince them up a bit, just like really selling. Look, craftsmanship of it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a piece to make everyone look at you.
By the way?
How much AC is a breastplate?
Yeah.
14 plus 2. The 2 being your dex, if your dex reaches a +2 mod.
Yeah, I can make you one.
No, I'm just asking.
Nope, does not work at all.
They if you don't want to sell it to them for 425, they'll leave it.
420, take it or leave it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. So 425 for the breastplate.
I'm making a massive profit.
Yeah, you gained 2,000 by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how much was that? 420?
425.
425. Okay.
The chain shirt, someone wishes to buy off you for what seems to be like 70. This one seems to be trying to go for a cheaper amount. They seem to have a little bit more, but they're not willing to mention it. Relatively easy to read.
Look, you want this fairly cheap. I can understand that. Look, I'll do you a deal. 70 is a little below what I do, so 75 works for you?
Persuasion?
Yep. Where's my thing? There's my thing.
Yeah, they're willing to pay. They
I
pay
might
the
have
extra.
a +1 on it. I don't actually remember.
Yeah.
Oh wait, well, my persuasion's +2. Damn.
Yeah. Either way, the individual goes, yeah, sure, and pays the 75 chain shirt.
Yeah.
A group of individuals. They look to be like basic adventurers come by, and they wish to buy out your 2 short swords, one of your long swords, your shield, and 2 of your average quality necklaces for their base price, as well as the good quality dagger.
Give me a second. I'm trying to math this out.
So that will be 10 from the good quality dagger. That will be 40 from the necklace.
No, I'm doing the previous one. 75 to 170 essentially. So that's 245.
For what?
Okay, now I'm doing gold pieces at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Right. So what were we at?
Okay, they wish to buy the shield, one of your long swords, 2 of your short swords, the 2 necklaces, 2 of the average necklaces, and the quality dagger for their base prices. And they're not telling you how much they're willing to pay. They're waiting for you to tell them otherwise. So how much do you wish to price them at?
The shield I'll do at 25. The necklaces I'll do at base price. The dagger I'll do at 15, and the swords I will. Or was it swords or what?
Short
was it?
sword.
2 short swords.
It was the short swords and the and one of the long swords.
Yeah, I'll keep those at base price. No, the longsword at +5, so 35.
Okay, longsword at 35. So that'd be 155 gold pieces for all that. And they're willing to pay. So 155.
So, I'm mathing this out myself. So 30, 35.
25 plus 40 plus 15 plus 40 plus 35. It's 155.
Yeah, 155. Sure. I'm gonna trust that's the correct maths there.
25 plus 40 plus the necklaces, which were 20 each, and you said your base. That's another 40 plus the fancy dagger, which went up by 5, and the longsword that went up by 5. So yeah, 25, 15, and 35 were the only modded ones, and the rest just went to 40. That's that done.
Yeah. How many of the necklaces was it?
2 of them.
Short sword. We're at.
Okay.
But both of them
You
gone.
got an Elsyan back yet?
One.
No. Did anybody else want to do anything else while this was going on, by the way?
Well, I was gonna look for what I sent you.
Oh, right, the other things. Yes, I completely forgot about that. So,
and 155.
You look around for a bit, looking for this kind of thing. You find a few individuals doing some stuff. By the way, warm clothes have been bought, so unless you want to take that off and buy your own.
I mean, what do they consist of?
The warm clothes would consist of what would be basically fur-lined, what would basically be a tunic or coat, pants, boots, gloves, and face mask.
I guess I won't look for the second and the last thing.
Okay. So looking around, you find a few individuals. You find one relatively strange individual. They seem to be a gnome. They have what looks to be a weird hat. It seems to be almost molded to their head. And they have mushrooms growing out of the side of the hat. Welcome back. They're there and they have what looks to be a random mess of concoctions in front of them.
Oh, hello.
Oh. Hello, big friend. How may I help you?
What are these concoctions over here?
They do plenty of things. What would you like them to do?
Grow me a beard.
Beard growth? And he just like rummages around between all the bottles, and he picks one up. This one should do you just fine. I run this.
Thank you. Just takes it and puts it on. I will leave.
This will probably run you about 5 gold pieces.
How does it work? Apply it every day?
Yes, you apply it once a day to your face, and then that will eventually a beard will grow through. It can also be used as a hair lotion. However, it's a little bit more. You use up more if you do that.
You said one is 5 gold?
Yeah.
I'll take 2.
Excellent. He passes you 2 bottles, and he takes the 10 gold and goes, "Thank you very much. Pleasure doing business," and puts the 10 gold away.
What other things do you have?
All kinds of things that can help you with your life. Ones that can help you sleep better at night. Ones that can quell a appetite. Ones that can help you against becoming drunk. Ones to help with the common cold. Ones if you need help for well, if you're having a little bit of trouble with getting yourself ready for a heated night with a loved one. Anything else that might suit your fancy?
I'll keep that in mind. I might need it later on.
Oh, will you now?
I'm only around to the end of the festival, unfortunately.
How much is one?
Of the last thing?
Yes.
About 15 gold pieces.
I'll take it.
Okay. He passes you what looks to be a small jar with what looks to be a series of small, like, white spheres inside them. There are about 15 in there. When you take one, it'll last for a few hours.
Okay.
You pass him the 15 gold, he pockets it. Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye.
I sent you a message.
What a fucking awkward conversation.
Okay, so as you're looking around, Malcom, you find some individuals who are working on this kind of thing. The egg itself is probably no larger than a tennis ball. So, probably could get this turned into a trinket quite easily. As you go around a few individual, looking through a series of things, you find one individual who's selling what looks to be scarves and that sort of thing. This is the... Was it you who saw the goblin cart originally?
Yes.
Yeah, this is one of the goblin individuals. And she seems to be working hard. She's setting up a few things, setting up bone amulets and other gemmed amulets and so on. And you approach her. Hello. Can I help?
I was wondering if you could help me make this into a trinket to put on my staff here.
Should be easy enough to do. Yes, I can do that. You just want it wrapped around with string, or?
I'd like for it to be sturdy on there, where it wouldn't easily fall off, since I use it for fighting sometimes.
Okay. Let me see. She goes through and she proceeds to like rummage through bits and pieces in a drawer and pulls out what looks to be a some kind of like tanned leather of some kind and kind of like a strip or strap. Someone say something?
I don't think so.
Going mad. She pulls out the strap.
Voices in your head.
Yeah, exactly. She pulls out the strap of leather and she takes the egg and she ties around it, and she takes what looks to be a hook and a metal wire, and she fits it into some kind of like a basket almost. And proceeds to tie that on, and she attaches it to your staff, and your staff begins to slowly grow around it and encompass it, almost holding it in place around the edge of it. It's nice stuff you have there. That would... it's not too difficult to make. It used fairly simple materials. 12 gold?
Okay.
Excellent. If there's anything else you wanted, I've got plenty here.
I'm gonna take a look at what they got.
Okay. They have what looks to be some kind of bluish cloak, or in the back. It has what looks to be a general teal feel to it, a little bit of a greyish blue teal. It has what looks to be the hood kind of curves back into almost like this. Think of kind of like a fin almost. It curves back and then it curves back in on itself and goes down the back, and it has what looks to be a long coat going down the back, which then flattens to a point, which would be around the base of your spine. Quite a short cloak. It seems to be quite a nice cloak for what it is. It's labelled at 475 gold pieces.
From my general knowledge, it seems to be a little bit much for just a cloak, right?
Yeah, it's magical in some kind. You're not sure on what level it would be, but it's magical in some kind. You also notice while looking around, you see a few scrolls in cases, and the cases seem to be labelled with different prices and something written on Goblin on the top.
What's with the cloak back there?
That cloak is it helps you breathe underwater. You pull the hood up and you can dive into water and you can breathe happily.
Makes sense, Bryce. And what about these scrolls? Can't.
Well, you've got here. If you're looking to hide yourself, there's a scroll of invisibility. This one's currently priced at 460. If you're looking to create a little bit of a diversion or to make people sick, there's a stinking cloud scroll. That one will run you 1,200 or so.
That's a lot.
Third level spell.
These things seem to be a little bit out of my price range.
We do have other things. If you're looking for potions, we have plenty of those.
You got any healing potions?
Yes, we do. We have some more powerful ones than the regular healing. We run them for about 225.
Wow.
The potions of greater healing.
How much healing is that?
That is 4 plus 4d4.
That does not feel worth it at the moment.
That's plenty health that you could possibly get from that.
Then again, I could just try to make it myself.
With this one, you'd need the recipe, which would cost you 500 gold pieces to buy.
Yeah.
And making it would take about 180. So.
Or you could take the recipe off them. Did you consider that?
They don't have the recipe at the moment, and you can't. And you could try reverse engineer a potion of greater healing, but if you fail, it's gone. If that's less of your thing, we do have other things as well. We have some interesting potions. They help you get a bit bigger. We got ones that help you be friends with animals, and we got ones that help you against thunderous creatures.
Thunder.
I'm gonna go for a second.
Thinking about
Well, that's
storm.
useful later on.
How much is it for one of the potions to make you bigger?
225, same as the potions of healing.
They're way more expensive than what I bought them for.
It's a carnival. Prices go up.
That is true.
So,
I'm gonna try and haggle a little bit.
Alright, persuasion check on what?
On the potion, the potion to make you bigger.
Okay, give me a roll.
It's a persuasion?
Yep.
Alright.
Nice.
+2.
+2. Can we even a little bit lower? 200?
Yeah, 200 sounds.
So, here you go. You now have a potion of growth.
I mostly bought it. It's kind of like the thing that made Behold bigger, right?
It's the same, yeah.
Yeah, I got it for Behold.
I have one in my inventory still.
If you're looking for more things of slightly different quality, some more higher quality stuff, I recommend you go to my cousin's caravan, just 2 over. He has a little bit more of the higher quality stuff if you're willing to spend more.
I'll take a look. I do have some other business to attend to before then, but I'll stop by.
Yes, of course. Thank you for the business.
Have a pleasant day.
Gives a nod. Okay, Sasha. To get through more of your trash that you're selling. I mean, what? You still here, Sasha?
Sasha, step out.
Harlan?
Okay. Well, he's muted,
He's
so
muted.
we'll
Yep,
assume that he's
muted.
gone for now. So, Elsyan or Queglod, did you want to do anything? Elsyan, know you wanted to go see She-Scree. Queglod?
Yes.
I've got the Alchemist Fire, so other than the general thing of talking to Chronicle, there's not really anything I want to buy.
Okay.
As long as if the warm clothes and the tents and whatnot have been sorted.
Yep, that's all been sorted.
If
So,
I mean for the travel,
Yep.
then I don't think there's anything I need.
okay. So,
So
I do the last thing I said. The ring.
the ring. You do find an individual selling it. They're selling it at around about let's see. They're selling it at what looks to be about 890 gold pieces.
Is it die?
Hmm?
Just check something. Oh! Time for Behold Saggling skills. Alright, so.
Come on, Behold.
Hello there!
890. This is one that will require attunement, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Fuck, that's a 9.
The individual doesn't want to sell it. They need to make ends meet, and this kind of enchantment is expensive.
How much do I have? Oh yeah, I have 1,200.
How much was it again?
890.
So I have a solid 350 gold still.
True, but is it worth it?
No, it's not. Thinking what
You could spend more of that in the Silken Serpentine. Why would you spend it here on a +1 protection ring?
No, I was thinking of buying someone a fucking gift, but I guess I'm not getting anyone a gift.
Because it's expensive.
Yes.
No.
Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
The individual nods and you head on your way. Elsyan.
Yes, there was also one other thing. And while I'm moving towards history, I'm trying to keep an eye out for any of my mother's agents.
Okay. Looking around, easily enough, you see a couple of them. You see them quickly taken out, though. One individual has their head completely eviscerated from them. When you notice them, they try to step out to go towards you. You just watch as their head gets cut clean off, and they just get pulled straight back into the alleyway and dealt with almost immediately. Shoved into some kind of portable hole. It looks like the agents are all on point at the moment.
Good.
Okay, that doesn't bode well. It says I'm offline on Google Docs.
No, you'll be fine.
I'm gonna watch the stream side, but hopefully it should be okay. So, and you also notice one other individual. The other individual is very cautious and they dash off somewhere before you watch as 3 other individuals swiftly follow after them.
Okay.
They seem to have the situation well under control at the moment.
I'm just wondering if they're getting any information out of these guys when the attack's going to happen. Because a few agents about the place is to be expected, but Anyway, so I'm moving to Shishkri.
Yeah, you head back into the Under Tavern. You pass by a few individuals. Gen doesn't seem to be there. Seems to be the female half-orc there who usually fills in the extra time. You head into the Undercity, you see that the Undercity is in full force. There's a lot of people under here. A lot more than you'd usually expect. Usually you'd see it...
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's probably about midday. This is usually sleep time for them, but it's in full force.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It's in full force, everybody's working and so on. There seems to be, with the Harvesters Festival, a lot of underground influence also comes with it. And it seems to be that this has now become a very big trade area, quite happily. You see quite a few people set up. You can see Shishkri currently talking to 2 other individuals. And one of them proceeds to buy something, and the other individual walks off shortly after without buying anything.
Fair enough. So, Shishkri, talk to that guy.
Elsyan. Good to see you again.
Hello there, Shishkri. How are we today?
Good, good. Sold quite a few things. A lot of people are looking for a little bit more discreet tools these days. So, how can I help you?
Well, I was looking for some, say, warmer clothes for traveling, say, up in the mountains. I was wondering if you had anything that would fit this description.
I do have some warm clothes, yes. I have some bundled up bits and pieces. Are you looking for enchanted wares or regular?
Can I have an example of each, please?
The enchanted wear, I have one item of clothing. Runs about 450 gold pieces or so. It's warm clothing and it'll protect you from anywhere that generally ends up being up to around about -20 degrees. Degrees Celsius, or -50 Fahrenheit, roughly, I believe that is.
Okay.
It'll help you in those kinds of temperatures. It's very useful for that kind of thing. Very useful for snow and weather and that sort of thing. It'll also help you breathe easier if you should go into such a climate. But, again, no guarantees versus things such as Stinking Cloud and some of those more air-based weapons and spells. Useful versus the environment, though. If you're looking for some other basic stuff, we have a set that will repair itself as time goes on. That one usually runs about 150 or so. But if you're looking for general clothing, I can probably get you a set for 50.
50? With hidden secrets inside?
Of course. Compartments for different vials. On the underside, there are 2 areas where you can have knives hidden within the sleeves, or one on each arm. There is a boot knife that hides underneath the base of the trouser on the back of the boot itself. And there is also, if you're willing to pay a little bit extra, I can fit a hand crossbow on the underside of the sleeve. And if you wish, you simply flick your wrist, and out will come a bolt. It's a one-use thing, but it'll be useful for a surprise.
Wait, one use forever, or
one use until you reload it. You can pull back the sleeve and reload it as you wish, but it's finicky to reload, so it's only one use really if in the middle of a fight.
Fair enough. How much extra would that be?
Probably another 25.
Another 25.
So about 75 gold pieces for that total.
That's 5 gold pieces total. I think I'll be taking that then. The others are a bit too expensive for me at the moment.
Understandable. He pulls out what looks to be a very nice looking yet very warm and comforting, comfort-looking set of clothing. It looks to be some kind of almost heavy fur and leather, fashionable and soft on the outside, and when you wear it, it's very, very smooth and fits very well to your body. The underside has a crossbow on your right arm and a pocket for a dagger on your left. You also have the hidden daggers on the lower ends of your boots if you wish them. These also come equipped with what look to be some basic padding on the bottom to aid walking through thick mud and stuff, but not ice, which you will then spike later.
Okay. Fair enough. So...
Okay, so that was 75 gold, I believe, for that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that takes me down.
Okay. So yeah, you do that.
Not to be bug, but good.
You do that. You buy that down. You see quite a few individuals playing games of chance on the other city.
Is there a free table anywhere that I could set up my my dragon chest?
Yes, there are. There are a few free tables about. So you wish to set up your dragon chest then?
I wish to set up my dragon chest and wait for a challenger.
Okay, so you set yourself down. You wait for a challenger. Takes a little bit of a while, but after about 45 minutes, some individual comes along and prepares to challenge you. While this is all going on, Harlan, are you back yet? You are still muted if you are back. I'll take that as a no. Okay.
Rip.
If he doesn't come back, I'll assume that everything else he sells is at the price that he's got listed here. Alright, so
I sent you a bunch of stuff on
yep, I know, I read those. I'm just trying to think, who shall I do first? Sudz or Bhold? Or Malcom or Bhold? Who wants to go first?
Bhold.
Okay, so Behold, as you're looking around, you do indeed see Abod. It's difficult to see. You're walking around with Queglod and Chronicle at this point, and you see a robed individual wearing a plain white mask with what looks to be 2 eye slits that are just straight horizontal rectangles on the front of it. He's currently running a stall. There are many potions in front of him. On the left of him, there seems to be some guy shouting about selling axes. And on the right, there seems to be an empty stall for now. There seems to be quite a few people about and so on. Looks like he's selling quite a bit.
Is it Gree?
No, it's Abod. Gree isn't up here.
Oh. Does he only have potions on his stall?
He has a few other bits and pieces, but not too much.
What does he have?
He seems to have what looks to be a glass bottle with what looks to be a swirling black mist on the inside. And he has what looks to be a very simple, what looks to be silver ring with a few set blue gemstones of some kind around the outside of it.
Hello, Abod.
Oh, hello. Good to see you again.
What are you selling here?
Well, I'm selling potions as I always do. If you're looking to be heroic, looking to be stronger, looking to be healthier, looking to be healed up, looking to be invisible.
Stronger? What do you have for that?
For what?
Stronger.
Well, we managed to acquire ourselves a few clippings from some fire giants. And let's just say that this was a potion of fire giant strength. It currently runs 750 gold pieces. It's expensive, I know. I've had one person buy one already. But it'll last
Who bought it?
you so many hours, and it'll help you get stronger. It'll set your strength to 24 for 1d4 hours.
Do you know who bought it before me?
Some armored individual.
What did he look like?
He was human in appearance. His friends had hoods up. They were quite a lot. A few of them were quite tall. There was this one very bulky fellow, completely covered in robes and stuff. I couldn't see anything underneath his cloak. I was a little bit worried about them, but they seemed to be fairly nice. But the human he wore what looked to be ornamental plate armor, blonde hair, about ear length, smiling quite a bit. Carried a warhammer at his side and had a weird shield thing.
Okay, I don't know. Can I look around? Is there only people selling stuff here, or is there actual different stuff?
What do you mean by different stuff? There are individuals selling.
Like, is there like people doing games?
Oh yeah. There's plenty of people doing games. Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a business here. You said there's an empty stall to the right, right?
Yeah. It's empty at the moment.
Right. Queglod. Queglod is with me, right?
Yes, Queglod is.
Queglod?
Yes, Bhold.
Could you write a sign that says,
Breathing into mic sound.
if people beat me in a arm wrestling match, they get 50 gold, but it's 10 gold per try.
All right,
I know what you're doing. You're doing
Exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah. All right, that sounds like a fun thing to do. Let me see if I have anything to write on.
This has been so much better if you were a halfling as well and you were just jacked.
This is the potion of strength. Do you want me to have a go?
Oh, it's got to happen, hasn't it?
I buy Queglod the fire strength.
No,
potion.
I don't think that's a good idea, because even with strength, at that point it becomes more an issue of weight. Like, I'm only 36 pounds. No matter how strong I am, they might just tip me over.
Just lift you up, even though you're this jacked, near the end of your line old lady. But I'm actually going to check the duration on the potion. I could be wrong,
Yes.
but I think it's...
It's
You
one
can still.
1 + 1 or 1d4 hours.
Yeah, 1d4 hours, yeah. And it's actually 25 strength, but still.
The fire strength?
Fire giant strength, yeah.
Alright, so
Could you do that for me?
Of course, Behold.
Okay.
I'll rummage through my bag.
Okay, make the
parchment here.
make the thing 30 gold instead of 50.
All right.
Chronicle helps with this. He sets it
Yes,
up in front of the stall. Few individuals going by, a few take notice and they see the Goliath and they're like, oof, never mind. But a few other
that's all.
individuals get more cocky about it, and some individuals come along and say, hey, it'll be a laugh.
Alright.
Alright, so
Apologies for that, got called away.
that's fine. We're making tallies for an arm wrestling, which is happening maybe about 2 blocks down from you, which is what Bhold has set up. He's hijacked someone's stall and he's doing arm wrestling competitions. Alright. So strength check, please. I've got to roll against this. Oh man.
14.
Nope. As you begin to do this, it's go, and you push back. The individual's hand goes down fairly easily. Make another strength check. Okay, natural 20 on their
16.
end. They push back harder. They begin to push you back to the middle and then push you over back to your side. A few individuals are now cheering from the streets and that sort of thing. Roll again.
Fuck, 10.
Okay, they begin to push ever so slightly towards your way once again. Roll again.
Fucking, can I reckless on this?
If you wish to, yeah. You're welcome to. However, that means I'll get advantage on my roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
23.
Oh man, we both rolled ones for our
22.
lower end. However, mine was a total of 8. Yours is a total of 22. You swing it over very quickly. As you like let up your strength and your grip slightly, their hand loosens and you just swing it over and dunk it down onto the other side with a crack against the edge of the stool. The individual pulls their hand away. There's a little bit of blood trickling on their back, and they're like, "Ah!" But you won overall.
Good try, good try. Maybe again.
Looks back at his friend. His friend goes, "Oh, try this one." He walks up. This individual seems to be a little bit stronger than the previous one. What would you like to do? Reckless or regular?
Let me just. I'm gonna rage.
Oh God.
Alright, you begin to rage.
It's gonna went so badly.
Yep.
Or so well.
So he only gets a single roll and you have advantage.
19.
14 on my end. You begin it off very strong, pushing back again. Oh no!
The police don't like you raging.
Oh, police are coming for me.
No!
Oh.
They coming for your roll.
You know what?
8.
8. Well, that's better than his natural 1. You slam it into the table. Your arm quivering, your eyes burning with rage, and at this point, Chronicle shouts out, "Next challenger! Flash rounds! One after another! Get him while he's weak!" And then a bunch of other individuals just begin to queue up, and you formulate a queue, and Chronicle's just taking 10 gold after 10 gold. Alright, roll again. With your rage. Okay.
19.
That's a total of 16 on my end. Nope. You begin to push back fairly quickly. Pushing out out of the gate, the individual not letting up your strength at all. Natural 20. You again, this one you slam down, you let go, you lift your hand up into the next position, the next person clasps your hand. And you go again.
Alright.
Right.
That's a 12.
12. You meet the same as them, so nobody goes anywhere.
Oh, this one's holding for a bit.
Yeah, this one's holding for a bit.
Yeah.
It's a 17.
Again, 17.
Oh my god, this
You're
guy.
holding it for a bit. There's tension. This individual.
Wait. Can this be the Goliath guy that I fought in the
No,
arena that
no. This guy's like a
ago?
weedy human who just thought he'd give it a go for the lols, and he's like,
What the fuck, this
meeting
guy's
you.
got?
It's not get.
You can't lose against this time. No.
Alright,
You got
23.
22. He got 2.
23.
Yeah, you just grin, and with one simple motion, poof, you slam his hand down. He like gets up, strolls off.
Good try, good try.
Yeah. This time another individual comes in. This one's a dwarf.
Ooh.
Who?
Gonna get wrecked by a dwarf.
Yep, and he's
What
gonna reckless.
23, good luck.
Oh man, yeah, 13 on his end. You begin to win against him pushing back. It's getting very close to his side, and he's going for another one. He's going reckless again. Oh no.
Oh.
Natural 20 on
21?
his end.
Oh.
Versus your 21, that's 24 versus 21. He begins to push back ever so slightly, pushing you back ever so closer to the middle. Again. Oh no, natural 20.
Oh, are you kidding me? 22.
It's the blue die. Come on, blue die. Do what you're supposed to do.
Fucking blue die is gonna fuck me up
Do what
again.
you're meant to do. Pushes you back a bit further, pushing you back past the middle, back towards his route, his area. Aww.
23.
Yeah, he got a 16 on that. You push him back again, grinning as the strength overtakes you for this. Okay, that's a 14 on
Good
my
one.
end.
That's 13.
He's holding fast. It's not enough to go anywhere, but he is still on his side of the thing. Okay,
22.
15 on his end versus 22. Yeah, easy enough. Executed in one swift movement. You swing his hand down, slamming it against the table. You bring your hand back up, and as you look up to make eye contact, you see a black dragonborn.
No.
I start shitting my pants.
Hello, Behold.
Well, GG Bhold.
Hello.
Let's make this count, shall we? And he lifts up his right arm and links with yours.
Oh, right.
He may not have advantage, but he has a big plus.
Yeah.
To clarify, Chris, this is exactly who I think it is,
Yeah.
right?
This
Uh-huh.
is Red Oak. Okay, what is the total?
25?
You beat him by 1 on a natural 20.
Wait, he rolled a natural 20?
No, he rolled a 16, but he's got a +8 to his strength.
Oh, shit.
You meet in the middle, the force there, your rage taking over, you push him ever slightly back. He grins at the challenge of this. I'm gonna use this in a weird way. I'm gonna action surge to roll 2 dice
What?
to roll with advantage on this. It's a weird use of it, but I thought, it works.
What is this guy?
21.
Oh my goodness, that's a 17 on his end, a 9 and a 7.
Oh.
What is this
He-
guy? You see this
Very
guy?
strong.
You don't know who this is.
I
But
heard
whoever
it.
he is, it's just to describe what he looks like. He's a black dragonborn. He has the horns that come out from the back of his head and link round to the front in a curved manner. He has a set of large black dragon wings that spread out from behind him. He has this ornamental plate armor made from the colors of different chromatic dragons. And he has this just plate armor made up of bones and scale. He carries a massive greatsword on his back, way too large for someone of his size to use.
Huh.
Trust me, it isn't.
Right, because he must have at least 26 strength.
He does.
It does.
So
Jeez.
to clarify, can I like out of character inform them of exactly who this is?
I'll do this for the stream side, actually.
Okay.
This is Red Oak. He is the number 1 in the underground arena. He is the only person who has successfully beaten Baroness Payne in a 1v1 fight. He also is the one who has single-handedly acquired the 130 pounds of dragon scales for Sasha in 3 days.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh.
It is this guy.
Yeah.
3 days.
And has a literally impossible strength stat. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, no, impossible base strength that you can. there are
Impossible base
many
strength
ways.
stat.
Impossible without magic, yeah.
Yeah, effectively. Alright, so he's gonna...
Right, so 21, I beat you.
21, you beat me. You push back ever so slightly. He's got a grin on this. He's happy with this. He'd be happy to take a loss, but you're doing well. Alright, roll again. 24 on his end.
Oh, fuck, 20 on me.
20.
Yeah, he pushes back with a massive grin on his face. The rage is there. You're trying to push back. Go again.
Right.
Ooh, 16 on his end. Not so strong.
Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
23.
23. You push back, this time pushing him further. That smile disappears and goes to a little bit of a scowl as he attempts to push back.
Right.
22.
Oh, fuck.
19.
19. He pushes back. The grin comes out again. He's happy with this.
come on, Bhold.
Yeah, that's a 21 on his end.
19.
He's pushing back. You're even Stevens. Blue die, don't fail me now. That's a 17 on his end.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck then.
And
Oh.
pushing
How
you
much?
back, you're getting very close to the
How much
edge.
did you roll?
You got a 9, so it's a 17.
Ah.
Pushes you back. You're getting to very close to the edge of your stage. That is a 23 on his end.
Come on. 18.
Whenever there's a time for nat 20.
Oh!
Yes.
4.
24.
24. You
Close
beat
enough.
him, pushing him
Oh.
back ever so slightly, meeting him. He thought he had the upper ground, but apparently not. Going again. That is a 14 on
That's
his
a
part.
24.
24. You meet it and push back again. At this point, the crowd is really riled up with this fight. Go again. Oh no! That's a 27 on his part. Natural 20. You,
Nat 20 always wins.
despite his impossible strength, you begin to push back, pushing him closer to his demise. One more success and you'll win. Roll. Short, low. 14.
23.
23. You push back and his hand meets the edge of the table, not with a slam, but with a gentle tap. He releases his grip and he looks at you. One day, my friend. One day. And he takes out of his pocket, he pulls out what looks to be another 100 gold and he just sets it down and he says, anybody who can beat this one has earned that coin. Good luck. And he walks away. So you currently have an additional.
Well, now time for 100 more strength checks.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll get to that in a bit. So, while this is all going on, Malcolm, did you want to do anything else?
The
I
thing
definitely did not jump out of my chair and walk around in my room. Though.
Were you genuinely that?
Look, if it was made with proficiency, that guy would have had a plus 14 to his strength.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
Because you're using strength checks, you don't gain proficiency, because he's a level 20th fighter.
He's got what?
Level 20 fighter.
Level 20.
Wait for the day.
I'm level 4, by the way.
At least you can safely say with your pride, I beat a level 20 character in an arm wrestle. Alright. So, anybody else doing anything? Sasha.
I'm just here.
Yeah, we'll save for the rest of this.
Come on.
We'll save for the rest of this. Give me 2 rolls.
Okie dokie.
Because
Both
I
of these
believe
dice.
that's all the big gold worth items sold, I believe.
The great sword's still here.
No, you sold the greatsword for
I sold the breastplate. I don't believe I sold the great sword.
you did.
When was that?
The guy said he'd buy the greatsword for 400. The snob guy.
Nope. I've not sold anything for 400.
Okay. Well, the guy was gonna buy it for 400.
Okay. Can I try a persuasion roll on him to
go
push
for
it
it.
upwards? And seeing as he's a snobbish guy, the fine quality of this couldn't be.
He does
couldn't-
seem loaded. I will say that much.
Remember, this is fine quality work. Certainly. Really wouldn't want to cheapen it, would you?
Nope.
No.
He'll take it for 400 or he'll leave.
400.
Okay.
Pose.
400 for the
That was
greatsword, and we'll do the golden arrow as well. Somebody wants to buy that for 130.
Yeah, I'll just straight up hand that one over. That's fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 130 for the golden arrow, and then 400 for the greatsword. I would like you to roll both of those die.
Let me just quickly.
Yeah. You get to that, and then tell me once you've rolled those.
Okay,
Anybody else doing anything?
Right, I was doing the chess, wasn't I?
Yes. So,
And
okay. So overall, overall with your stuff, we'll say that you sell the rest of it for base profit. So
Okey-dokey.
whatever you have listed there is what it gets base profited as. As you sell out the rest of your stock.
Oh, also the keg of cherry blossom wine has to be sold as one.
Oh yeah.
Let me. I'll work out the rest of the stuff quickly, and then we can sell that last.
You know
'cause
what?
It's like what?
You know what? Just because Obel comes along as you've pulled out the keg now and you've set it up properly. So what's that there?
Oh, this is a keg of cherry blossom wine. I made it myself. you might have heard of my family, the Smashfist Brewery. We've cut.
Can't say I have, but then again, I live in the
well,
mountains most of the time.
Yeah,
May I have a
dwarven stuff? But of course, I take out a tasting glass that I definitely have on me.
Yeah, he uses it kind of like a thimble almost. He like just pours it onto his finger, which he and brings to his tongue. Good stuff. Might be able to use this in a recipe. How about this? And he goes into his pouch, he rummages around a bit, and he pulls out what looks to be another one of the no, what's this one? I'm trying to remember the name of it now. I'm thinking of my dice. It's a green.
Jade?
No, not jade. It's the other one.
Emerald?
No, it's less than that. It's like. Hold on. I'll tell you what it is once I get it up.
Amethyst? No, that's not green.
That's blue.
It is. Peridot. Peridot. Transparent, rich olive green. Yes. He's willing to buy. He's effectively willing to buy it for 400 gold pieces.
I hand that over. This is I'm not even going to try and up the price at all. This is Obel. He is my friend. Yeah, sure.
So 400 gold pieces, or if you want to put a 400 gold piece worth of Peridot in your inventory, you're welcome to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do the Peridot just because that's a little bit more useful. It has the potential to be used for something else.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got that, and we'll say you sell the rest of it. Then you can see Bhold is still going.
Question, is that like one piece of Peridot, or is it multiple?
It's
shards?
one piece of Peridot. It's a very finely cut, high-quality piece of Peridot.
Okie dokie.
Okay, if you want to give me another strength check, Bhold, this is just versus another random challenger. I've rolled 3 times just in case it matters. First one is a tie. Next one is a flawless victory. Next one, this will be for the win. 14, another tie.
Shit rolls. Or nah, 14.
14, okay, so do 2 more. Ooh, those are high rolls on my part. You got 2 more of those. Yeah.
22.
Hung, drawn, and quarter. He's out. That was a 19 versus your whatever. Yeah, easy enough. You get another few victories. You know what? Just for the sake of time, we'll say that you get the next 3 or 4 victories. But you know what? I'm going to do it this way. Okay, guys. Actually, give me a roll, Bhold, with advantage, because you're raging. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
You
no.
win 14 more victories.
Alright.
1, 2, 3. Before you face your next real challenge, which we'll get to in just a moment. Alright.
I'm making some cash here, boys.
Yeah, each of these is 50 gold. Each of these, so that's 200 gold plus the 100 that he dropped down. So that's 300 gold you got there right now. And and you'll lose the 100 if you lose one match because of what he said. If anybody manages to beat you. Okay, so did anybody else want to do anything? This is probably end up few of the last things.
That was the chess.
One
The thing that I sent.
Thing you sent. That was the. Hold on, it keeps. That one. Okay, so yeah, you head into the. Do you head into the underground, or are you staying on the overground for this?
Overground.
Okay. Looking around the overground, you see a few individuals in the nearby alleyways. Who seem to have captured one individual. They seem to open up what looks to be a portable hole, and they just shove the individual in there, close it up, and then tie it, and then put it in a pouch to their side.
I'm gonna approach him.
Okay. You approach him.
Make sure that my scarf is visible.
Yeah. You make sure your scarf is visible, and the individual goes, "Sir, can we help? Seen another one?"
No, I was coming to see how the situation is.
Still haven't got anything out of them. Quite a lot of them have been tied up nicely. Their memories, most of them are wiped, so they're just doing this out of either pay or for some anonymous reason. I haven't got any other information. All we know is that there's a lot of them since the festival started. They're at least doubled in numbers, which means we've got at least 100 more to go. Keep an eye out. If you see any, simply hold your mark in the air, and it'll attract some attention.
Will do.
Thanks. They go about their business and they carry on. Okay. So with your dragon chess, Elsyan.
Yes.
You're there. A challenger comes up. The individual asks, "So, what are the stakes, if any? Or is this just a friendly game?"
Nothing much. Say, 10 gold.
I'm down for that. He puts 10 gold down on the side.
As do I.
Okay.
Say, what's your name?
Me.
I can know who I'm facing.
The individual you are facing, for one, is just a general human male. Seem to be a little bit roughed up. From when they talk, they seem to have one of their canines missing, probably punched out at some point. The individual themselves doesn't look like they're from about town. They seem like they're from more of a rougher environment of some kind, probably more hilly landscape, general survivalist. Not someone.
What's my general feel of the guy? Does he seem intelligent, unintelligent?
The individual seems to be. They seem intelligent enough. This is just from generally what you can understand. They're generally They seem generally intelligent enough to survive in some kind of wilderness. To be part of a sophisticated game, they might not be so great at it, but they're willing to give it a try.
Yeah. Okay.
The individual in question's name is Jasper.
Jasper. Yep. Sorry. That's the last time I'll do that.
Slay.
The others, on the other hand.
Yeah, thank you for this gift, Chris.
Welcome.
You're
welcome. I don't get it, but okay.
Okay then.
It's just on my name board. It's fine. So, you'll have to explain to me afterwards. So, make a intelligence check with advantage. He's just going to make general intelligence checks. You have a higher chance. You have a higher chance to win here, being as you're proficient. Yeah, he's getting the feel for the game. You are very merciless though, and you begin to play through. You start with a very strong defense. Begin to set yourself up into an offense. If you'd like to roll again. Ooh.
Let's just make this game nice and quick. An easy 10 gold here.
That's cocked.
That is an 18.
An 18.
Okay.
Hey.
Despite him rolling fairly high, he begins to fight back, but not enough to an extent which it is to worry your defenses. Your defenses are in good enough position that they're impenetrable to most individuals. Again. Okay. Easily enough, you begin to. He begins to combat you a bit more, trying his best to do whatever, but you're making the favourable trades. You're slowly gaining ground, slowly but surely, and eventually defeating him out. Match is over. You win your 10 gold. He says, "I got to say it was a good game. I'd say you probably want to, if you are making bets, I'd say you probably want to sign this place up. Not many people, I guess, know that you're doing this kind of thing."
I just decided to see what would happen today. So I set up my board here. I'm also going to scan my board just to make sure all the pieces are still there.
Okay. Yeah, all of the pieces are still there.
I will check it.
Yep.
Just wanted to make sure everyone's aware. Sudz
Connected.
Oh, so it's disconnected?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Also, I will probably have to head off soon.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Not immediately, but
Nah, that's fine. So, we'll say, Bhold, we'll continue rolling for the next 2 hours. doing some worthy challenges once things go to head, and then or until eventually you stop or get kicked out. Either way, same with you, Elsyan. We'll say you go through another 5 fights or so, and we'll do some roll-offs for that after.
That's what I was going to say. Is Elsyan was probably going to stay for 3 games tops, so that's 1 game already done.
Yeah.
So he wants to get out, make sure his mother isn't causing too much trouble outside.
Yeah.
Or down here.
As you all begin to wrap up your day, finish up, and so on, you begin to get prepared. You hear, into the evening, you hear words of individuals fighting terrifying creatures within the Church of Steel, and how they've managed to acquire some very dangerous fighters from out of land, from out of the Empire, as well as dangerous creatures that might live within like mountains or catacombs from the Empire, and they must have some very skilled hunters to acquire them. The individuals talk of several groups fighting in the arena to earn their place and so on. As the day draws to a close, you proceed to head back to your rooms, prepare for the next night, and seat up for the next day of your journey, where you yourselves will be fighting in the arena. Is there anything else you want to do before we close?
I mean, depending on when I actually manage to get off, I think I'm just gonna like, if I don't have that much time left, just compile what I'll need to make the cooking pot for and the cooking utensils and stuff for obbles. Obble.
Yeah.
Or if I have time, then use my use my artisan's blessing, because that's probably the quickest thing I can do to at least make something.
Yeah.
Some part of it.
Probably
the ladle or the pot are my preferences, because they're like the big thing.
Yeah, I'll double check what your artisan's blessing can do, but we'll say that you can prepare for the rest of it because of the natural size of this. And how much do cooking utensils usually weigh? Total cooked utensils weigh usually about 8 pounds. Seeing as you're making these for a giant, I'd probably say that it would take about, usually with the way weight works, it usually doubles each time, so it'd be 4 times that. So you'd be looking at something 32 pounds of iron or steel.
32 pounds of iron, and 32 pounds of iron would be how much gold?
32 pounds of iron by the gold conversion, that would be 1 pound of iron is roughly 5 gold pieces.
Okay.
Actually no, 2 gold pieces, because that's including chainmail prices and so on. So actually no, it's worked by the pounds, not by anything else. So it's
obviously I might have stuff I can use, but I can use, but I mean, if I don't have enough left over,
you have enough left over chainmail that you can melt down to make iron. If you're making steel, it would use the same, and then you just have to buy the coal to fill out the rest, which would probably.
I think I'll make them. I think I'll make it out of. Well, okay. The real question is, because if I remember correctly, Artisan's Blessing works on like the price of it rather than the size.
Price-wise, you'd probably be able to make. Because you can only make one thing at a time, you could probably make the pot out of that, I would say.
Okay, then let's go for making the.
I will double check,
and
we'll do that. We'll do that in a moment once we've finished.
Yeah.
So
we can do that mostly off.
Yeah. So, as the adventurers prepare the end of their night, they do what they need to do. And they rest up in preparation for the arena the next day. And we will call that there. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and see you there.